of summers the other day, and they were those fresh tidewater fish that would just do this, 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 and did not want anything.
What the heck?
Dude, it's the first time I've ever ran into a pod of tidal steelhead, especially summer steelhead, and not gotten them to bite a spinner. I was like, dude, these fish are on crack or something. What is up, everybody?
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm distracted. We apologize so much for being late, guys.
Yeah.
We're finishing a video. We did a plunking video today. We went out and tried to catch some sockeye. And the funny thing about the video, Jason, is literally... We're going to title the video, literally, we caught everything but sockeye. Because we caught a steelhead, and we hooked 2 steelhead, landed one of them. And we caught a sturgeon, and we caught a salmon. And we did catch 1 sockeye, but we hooked like 6 or 7 other ones and lost them. It was just one of those days where it was like we went to go catch sockeye and just caught everything else.
That is
typical. Bad, but it was fun.
Yeah.
We still had a blast. It was just like, seriously.
Takedowns.
But yeah. What's up, everyone? Good evening, Jim. How you doing? What's up, everyone?
There's a jab at Clint.
Guys, you know the drill. Please, if you guys, I'm an idiot, dude. I'm like losing train of my thoughts. I can't even talk anymore. I've been up since 3:30 this morning.
Bro, you're telling me.
You have too?
I've been up since 2:15 this morning.
Oh, gnarly. Gnarly. So anyway, if I like all of a sudden, guys, I'm talking and then at the end of my sentence it like turns into gibberish that you don't understand, I apologize.
It might happen more than once.
It might happen a couple times. But if you're just now tuning in, guys, and you want an opportunity to win the first prize pack of the day, please do us a favor. Thumbs up the video. Thumbs up on YouTube's are a big deal, guys. I'm going to keep telling you that every single week. Like, the more you guys can thumbs up and interact with the video, the better our content does on YouTube. So please, if you can, thumbs up the video. Drop a comment and let us know where everyone's tuning in from. Yeah, my wife said, hey, your alarm went off 4 times.
Yeah, Pops and I literally got up at the same time this morning. But he was only fishing like maybe an hour from his place. I was fishing 2.5 hours away from my place.
Where'd your dad go? Secret?
Where a lot of people are catching salmon right now.
Oh, nice. Dude, I saw boat after boat after boat after boat going up there today.
He was done by 6:30 this morning.
I heard it's been good.
Yeah.
I heard it's been good. That's pretty cool.
Good job, Pops.
Anyway, guys, yeah, drop a comment. Richard says he's tuning in from work. What's up, Richard? Me and Richard fished this morning. He caught a nice sockeye. Him and his daughter came with us. Nice. We got Pete, we got Scott and Sheridan, and we got Utah. We got Vancouver, Washington. A couple people, Damascus, Oregon, Salmon Creek, Woodland, Forest Grove. What's up, Todd? Good seeing you, man. Hello from New Orleans. What's up, New Orleans?
Oh.
I want to get down, dude. There. Steven, Louisiana is a major bucket list trip of mine. If any of you addicts out there are watching and you know the skinny on going down to Louisiana in potentially like early November, maybe mid-November to go catch redfish, I would love to know the skinny. I would love to get down there and do some red fishing. I would like to catch a big bull red. And yeah, my wife's watching from our couch. We got Chuck in Colton, Oregon. We got Gresham. We got Long Beach. We got Spokane. I better get a prize tag going, dude. People are firing away.
Yeah. Sharon wants to go to New Orleans. There's some incentive right there.
Should we give away a short bus flasher?
We should give away a short bus flasher.
Dude, look at that tape.
Whoa.
Clint, go side cam on that.
Dude, what is that?
I don't even know. We got to take that out of the package.
Yeah, that's worth it. Dude,
I apologize, guys. You might have a couple fingerprints on this flasher.
Dude, it just looks electric. It almost looks orange on camera.
It is orange.
It is orange.
Really?
Yeah.
That looks more like it's like a rorange, as Colt would say.
A roaring orange?
Red orange.
Oh. It is a very like bright, I don't know if it's red though. But yeah, I mean, look at that pattern though. Imagine what that's throwing off down there in the water.
Sorry, I know my dad's like, quit moving the camera.
And dude, look at that flash. Imagine that thing just down there like spinning.
Imagine that in the chrome dip too. A little bit more chrome on there.
Imagine this whole thing chrome dipped and then this
on one side
like chartreuse.
Dude.
Yeah. Dirty. JT from Short Bus, guys, is ridiculous. The guy is so creative. He makes some really, really cool flashers. He's been a longtime supporter of Addicted. We love him over there.
Is there more than just that one in there?
I'm sure there is, yeah.
Big boat guy now.
You don't know how to use those.
I got a pretty good idea.
Are you gonna wear your
waders all the time?
Waders in your boat?
Waders
big
all
boat?
the time. Paul Chinook, Columbia? Yep, waders.
All right, here we go, guys. Got the first prize pack ready. Have you guys been firing in the comments?
They
So you guys, if you didn't know, Clint randomly selects from the comments. It is a 100% randomizer. Bink, and we just randomly select someone. So the more you comment, the more you interact, the more questions you ask, the better chance you have of winning prizes. So
way better chance, especially early in the live feed. If you guys fire in 5, 6, 7 comments first thing, pretty good chance you might win.
I mean, don't spam it. Make
Right.
stuff that's valuable to the chat.
Right.
But, you know, definitely get your comments in there. So first prize pack, guys, we're going to give away a Filet Away fish mat from one of our amazing sponsors, Filet Away, as well as this sick Short Bus 360 flasher. So if you guys want an opportunity to win this prize pack and you're just now tuning in and you didn't know, do us a huge favor. Thumbs up the video. Smash that thumbs up button. Just go down right here. You guys will see it. If you're watching on TV, you can go on your little menu section and there is a way to thumbs up it on your TV as well. But please, thumbs up the video and then just drop a comment, guys, and just let us know where you're tuning in from. If you already told us where you're tuning in from, I see we got some more people coming in from Toledo here, then comment whatever. Comment whatever the heck you want. But just comment because it helps us. And
just
it helps
not
you.
spam. Just not spam.
Oh, nice. Good job, Little Saint. Caught 2 sockeye today. Good job.
Nice.
I can't even get the...
Dang, dude. Yeah, they were firing.
Yep, comments are firing in there.
It's good. It's
Yeah,
good.
you have
It's
a
good to
1
see.
in 900... 196 chance of winning right now.
199 now.
Oh, 199.
Comments are firing in
There
there.
you go. Oh,
Flasher,
206.
flasher.
Fired in.
Comments are coming in so fast I can't even read them.
Dang, yeah, seriously.
Good job, guys. That's what we need, guys. I watch a couple, dude, you guys, little dirty secret about me. I am like addicted to watching gambling online.
Oh my goodness,
Like,
dude. I get into some rat holes.
Love, for some reason, dude, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like me living vicariously through these people that just have millions and millions of dollars and they throw it away like it's water. I don't know. But I love watching gambling online. And when these guys go live, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like I watch this guy, his name is Vegas Matt, awesome channel. When they're live on their Vegas Matt and Friends channel, sometimes there'll be like 20,000 people watching them.
Dude.
And there'll be like thousands of comments firing in. Like there's no way they're reading them.
You
Like,
can't even read them.
it's like, I mean, just, and the other thing that's crazy, that blows me the frick away. And we want to say thank you to all you guys that super chat us. You know, anyone that takes your hard-earned money that you work for and you make and you contribute to our channel and you support us, it means a lot. So if you didn't know what a super chat is, there's a little button down there. You can click the little icon and you can donate money to the channel. You can donate $1.99. You can donate $50. You can donate $100, whatever it is. It just helps support us. It helps support the live feed. So when you guys do those super chats, it means a lot to us and we appreciate it. And it also highlights your comment. So if you have something super specific that you want to see or you want us to see, do a super chat.
It literally puts you in a different category of comments.
Yeah. But the crazy thing about it is like those guys have literally like FU money.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
The guy can literally do whatever he wants. He has as much money he could ever want. People get on the live feed and literally donate. I was watching last night. There was like 10, 15, 20, 30 freaking people in a row that were donating him $500 at a time.
Jeez.
$500
just
super
to
chat.
feed
$500 super chat. $500 super chat. I'm like, why is this guy getting $500? Can I get some $500 super chats? Like, this guy has millions of dollars.
He don't need it.
Doesn't he own a casino or something?
He did at one point or something, but regardless, it's just crazy to me. You look at those people and you wonder why. You know? But again, it's because it's the same when you guys donate to us and you guys, you know, or support our merch or whatever. I think, you know, guys like me that are watching them, it's like their entertainment. So it's like they're giving back to the people that are keeping them entertained through the night. So it's crazy.
If you like watching gambling, dude, we gotta get you into poker. I got back into it. I've been every day of the week in the last 2 weeks playing poker tournaments, except for Wednesdays.
Where at? La Center?
All over the place. Portland area.
Oh.
Has Cam been going with you?
No.
He's good.
I know. We need to get a home poker game going.
We've been talking about it. Why haven't we got it?
I know.
Let's get
that was literally in December.
Season, though. But wintertime, we need to do
we
a
can
house
go down
game.
to Buoy 10 and do it at Buoy 10 with all those guys. It'd be fun.
We should do it in Alaska. I might bring stuff to Alaska.
Oh, that'd be fun. A little poker tournament.
Yeah.
I got 500 on.
Whoa, I'm not that rich.
Yeah, I just spent a lot on a big boat. I don't think I can buy in 500 on it.
Marlon
Sharon
will spot
says,
you.
Clint, no, the last thing Marlon needs is a gamble more.
Yeah. Poker nights at the Lefevre's house.
They are gamblers. They aren't known for being great with their money, i.e. the $500 super chats.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I love that, Ben. Hook me up, dude. Oh, there we go. We got a super chat.
Nice.
Epic. Where'd it go? I didn't see it. Oh, there you go.
Pacific
From Pacific Northwest Fishing. He donated us $10. Thank you so much, Pacific Northwest Fishing. We appreciate you. Thank you for donating the super chats. Last week, when we were live, the last time we were live on the water, what is Andrew Stevenson, I think was his name?
I don't... Dude, it was like $650.
Dude, he donated a bunch of money. Huge shout out to him, man, for contributing to the channel. So, tonight, guys, we are going to talk about the sockeye fishery. So I know there's a lot of you guys that are trying to catch these sockeye in the lower Columbia River, and we have a season until when? It started June 27th.
I haven't paid attention to it.
I thought it was only like 10 days.
No, I think it's longer than that. I think it's like a 15-day season.
Okay. Regardless, you have some opportunities right now, guys, to catch sockeye in the lower Columbia River. So I brought my sockeye plunking rod. I brought some of my spin glows. I brought a bunch of stuff. We're going to talk Columbia River sockeye tonight. I just figured it made sense. You know, Cam's off on his bass tournament. Everyone wish Cam luck on his bass tournament. He's competing in the BAM Super 60 this weekend at Potholes Lake. So
I thought this wasn't a
we're all...
It's the open or whatever.
It's a BAM Open, yeah.
Gotcha,
It's a BAM Open. But regardless, fingers crossed that Cam's going to place high in that tournament. We're all rooting for him. So he's not in here tonight, so it's just me and Jason rocking the live feed. And I just figured, you know what? Something that I feel like I'm pretty good at doing is catching these sockeye. So I figured let's talk about it.
Why not?
There'll be someone else. We got a special guest.
That's right. And we also have a special guest that's going to be joining us, and we probably need to have him join here soon because we're
texting him.
We're about 48 minutes late from him joining. But yeah, Jason Jr. says, "I love my addicted sunglasses." Jason, appreciate you. Clint's got his on his head right now. Jason Harmson does not have his on. He's an idiot. But
Agreed.
These sunglasses, guys, the problem is
kind of dumb.
A lot of guys have asked me, why isn't Jason wearing your addicted sunglasses? It's not that Jason doesn't like the addicted sunglasses or he doesn't think the addicted sunglasses are badass. When we first started designing these sunglasses, guys, we knew that there was two types of people. There was the type of guys like me that love the wraparound, this shape, more of like fit your face, form fitting, more of a fishing sunglass, right? Closed on the ends here. Then there's the guys like Jason and Jordan and Popoff that like way more of a big square body, you know, a little bit more open on the sides. Not necessarily a fishing sunglass, but they think it makes them look cooler. So they wear
the dude bro lenses.
And so I don't fault Jason for not rocking the sunglasses. I understand that it's just a different style that he likes. That's going to happen. But what I will tell you guys, I have spent literally 2 years on these sunglasses back and forth. Actually, let me show you guys something.
I'll say this too, yes. Like these glasses are way more comfortable than the glasses on my head right now. And these are, I think they're a couple $100 more too.
Oh, that's the difference too. Like
that is the huge difference.
You buy a Costa,
way more comfortable.
Yeah, you buy a Coaster, you buy something like that, then you're going to see a lot more money. You're going to be spending a lot more money. Don't mix them up yet really quick. I'm going to tell these people
I was
something.
just looking at this.
So I was going to tell you guys, I literally spent 2 years on these sunglasses, and this is proof. Here's all the different random samples that I was having made in different shapes. I was trying them with the open sides. You know, I was trying them with this style that have more of the closed sides. You know, I was trying different nose pieces. Literally for 2 years, I was just at my house. I have a pile of like 60 different pairs of sunglasses that I was messing with before I landed on these, which are the finals sunglasses. So one thing that you're going to know about these sunglasses, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and sales pitch you on it because Jason, Jason said to each their own. He loves the grip of them. One thing I'm going to say about these sunglasses that was really important to me is, as a fisherman, and a lot of us that are super grindy when we fish and we like to fish long hours, you know, when you wear a sunglass like what Jason has, me specifically, they hurt my head. They hurt my nose when they're laying on my nose. They hurt my ears when they're pushing right here on my ears. They're heavy. You know, the glass lenses are extremely heavy on your head. You wouldn't think that they are, but guys, they are. And
yeah, they are. I literally, at the end of summer, I will have a callus on the top of my ear.
Exactly. So when I set out to make these sunglasses, I set out to make a sunglass that you could put on your face and you could forget that it was there, because it's super light, super comfortable. It's tight on your head. I've had a couple different bass fishermen tell me now that compete in bass tournaments, Cameron included, that these are the best sunglasses he's ever owned, that literally when he's cruising in his bass boat doing 60 miles an hour, the wind isn't going under your eyes because these are tight to your eyes, guys. The other thing that we did is, if you have a big head, we did a reverse hinge. So the hinges reverse, guys. So they're going to stretch on your head as you put them on, and they're not going to squeeze on your temples and give you headaches. I really like the nose piece that I landed on. You're going to notice when you put it on, the comfort of the nose piece and the grip of the nose piece. You know, one thing I hate about Costas, as much as everyone freaking loves them, when I wear my Costas, this is what I'm doing all day long.
Yep. I feel it.
That's literally all day long. They fall off your face because the glass lens is so heavy that every time you bend down, they kind of move off your head. And so, again, Costa is obviously one of the best sunglass manufacturers on earth. I'm not trying to say that Addicted makes better sunglasses than a Costa, because we don't. And I'm 100% willing to admit that. But ours also aren't $400.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to do glass lenses. These are a polycarbonate lens, guys, but they are anti-scratch, anti-fog, anti-shatter resistant, and they're ANSI rated. So if you're using these on like a work site, you're 100% protected. These aren't going to shatter in your eyes if something hits your face or hits your eyes. So I'm really proud of these things, guys. I spent a lot of money on them. I'm kind of, if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm kind of upside down in them. It's not easy to do something like this. Like, you have to finally land on what I did with them. I had to make my own mold.
There's a lot of R&D that goes.
Yeah, and I had to make my own mold. You know, when I was getting all these sunglasses, I was getting a lot of different samples of different molds that were already out there. You know, companies trying to basically tell me, oh, well, you can just put your logo on the side of these. And I tried for a long time, like going through different samples, and inevitably what I realized is I was never going to find the one that I liked. So I just spent the money and I invested and I made my own sunglass mold, and we landed on these. So I promise you, you will love them if you buy them, and you won't regret it. They're on sale right now, guys, for about another week. They're $99.99 right now, guys, for about another week. They're $100. You can get them on the website. We're going to warranty them against any defects. I think for 5 years is what I have on the website. Don't quote me on that, but they do have a warranty. You know, we're going to take care of you if something happens to them, or, you know, you break them or whatever. We're going to make sure that we take care of you. But, you know, definitely look at them, guys. Just consider them when you're out there thinking about getting a new pair of sunglasses. We're coming into summertime, and you're going to love them. So,
man, I'd say summer's here. We're sockeye fishing.
Exactly. Summer's here. So we make them in a green mirror, guys. A green mirror, and then this is what's called a blue mirror. And then we also have a high vis yellow lens, which I don't have right here right now. But I saw Todd chimed in and said the high vis yellow are absolutely amazing. The cool thing about the high vis yellow, guys, especially as Pacific Northwest fishermen, is literally when you put them on, everything around you just brightens. It just, it's like a light turned on.
It's a highlighter.
It's kind of weird, and it sounds dumb, but it really does happen when you put them on. Yeah. And so we designed them on those days where you have, rain or clouds, or you're winter steelhead fishing or whatever, and you want to wear sunglasses because they're important. You know, they protect your eyes. You can see in the water. You can see rocks. You can see seam lines better. I'm always wearing a sunglass. So There you go. There's my freaking 10-minute infomercial on our sunglasses. Sorry I made you guys listen to that, but
it's worth it.
Get them if you can, and we'll appreciate you for it. So, all right, Clint, pick a winner for the first thing. Pick a winner, and we got to get our guest in here. We can't make him wait any longer. There we have it, Mr. Daniel Brown. He says, coin dozer guy.
Oh, dude, I watched the coin stacks when they put the coins in and it inches it closer and closer.
Oh, I've never seen that guy.
I will watch I've watched one. I'm guilty. I've watched it for an hour and a half.
That's hilarious.
It was so bad.
I'm obsessed with getting on Vegas Match Channel like every day that he launches a video and being like, is this guy going to lose 10,000?
I gotta watch this.
Is he going to lose 10 grand or is he going to win 10 grand? The last like 6-7 days, they're literally like $70,000, $80,000 in the hole.
That just tells you how much $70,000, $80,000
like they lost $10,000 today. It's like, it's crazy to me. Anyway, I'm kidding, derailed. But there you go. Mr. Daniel Brown, shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your address. Let us know that you won the fillet weight and the short bus flasher. Congrats, and we'll get it shipped out to you.
Oh, I see. Another super chat.
Richard. Check the regulations on the Columbia River steelhead and salmon retention. This is something that we need to talk about. So, right now, guys, we're going to get into this sockeye fishery here in a second. Actually,
And our guest.
we're going to make you wait because we got to bring our guests in. But yes, Richard, we will bring that super chat up and we will talk about it because we actually informed an angler on the bank today about it. Kind of a weird new rule that I've never really seen before. So something you're definitely going to want to know if you're out there fishing. But let's bring our guest in.
Oh.
Clint's trying to get his microphone on or what he's doing something over here. So guys, we have been in talks with these guys for quite a while now and excited to finally bring them on board. But here we go. We have Mr. Bobby Loomis from Max Lures. So Bobby, nice to have you, man.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so guys, we just recorded a podcast, so Bobby and Jason are both going to hear me kind of regurgitate some of the same information that I said during the podcast because I want you guys to hear it as well. But, we've been trying, me and Bobby have kind of crossed paths a couple times over the years at sportsman shows and we've kind of always been like, oh man, maybe we should do something together sometime. Or, it's just been a little nonchalant every once in a while. And then finally this year we were like, you know what? We should do something. Like, why do we keep like kicking the can down the road? Like, let's try to see if it makes sense to work together. And so we're here, guys. We are now officially working with Max Lures, which I'm excited about because as you guys know, Max Lures makes some of the most iconic lures that we personally already use in the Northwest or in our fisheries. Yeah. They make the wedding ring, guys. They make the smile blade. They make the pips box, which you guys just saw in the coon shirt video. They make an insane, if you get on their website, it's actually kind of mind-blowing how many different lures Max makes. Predominantly, guys, for kokanee, trout, walleye, but they also have lots of salmon stuff. And as you guys know, a lot of trout lures and a lot of kokanee lures also work for salmon and steelhead.
100%.
Yeah, so awesome to have you guys on, Bobby. We're stoked to have you on as a partner. And we got him on board. What do you want to say here? Introduce yourself because I kind of introduced you, but just talk about yourself for a second. Talk about, your history at Max and all that.
Sure. Well, I'm Bob Loomis from Max Lure, and I've been with Max for about, 16 years now. And most of, as you stated, Marlon, most of our product line revolves around trout, kokanee, walleye. That's where Max Lure started, 55 or 56 years ago was in the trout market. And, we do have a number of peripheral products, like I stated earlier, stuff on with salmon fisheries, steelhead fisheries, just peripheral type stuff. But the basics are the trout, kokanee, walleye fisheries. But a lot of this stuff transfers over to what everybody's doing, i.e. the smile blades, the pips box, you name it. There's a lot of
Hey, Bobby, stand by for just 1 second. Clint, are they picking it up through your microphone probably?
I just turned mine off.
Okay,
So hopefully
okay.
It's better. If not, there is a little bit.
Sorry, guys, we have to have the volume up a teeny bit so we can hear Bobby. So some of the guys are just commenting. They're here. Nip it in the butt, so I didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep going.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay. Anyhow, yeah, like I said, most of the stuff revolves around the trout, kokanee, walleye stuff, but a lot of this stuff, as you stated, Marlon, transfers over into the salmon fisheries, the steelhead fisheries, different things that people are now starting to pick up on, utilizing smile blades or flashlight blades, or you name it. There's so many different things that can be tweaked and used that a lot of people just don't talk about. Mm-hmm. So,
and we were talking about that on the podcast a little bit. The funny thing is, you guys, is a steelhead is a trout. So if a trout eats it, there's a really good chance that a steelhead's going to eat it. So
good chance.
Yeah, really, really stoked to be. One of the things we talk about on the podcast, guys, too, is like, we get a ton of people trying to sponsor Addicted. And I don't want that to sound like stupid or arrogant, because I don't want it to come off that way. But over the years, you just get all these random offers from all these different companies and all these people that want to work with us. And one of the things that I've really been proud of as we've grown the brand is, and I attribute this a lot to Cameron, guys, because he's been a very big cheerleader of this over the years, but we do not work with a single person in the fishing industry unless we believe in their product and we love their product. And we want to believe in it and we want to use it. I mean, I'll give you an example. Before I started working with Okuma, like 10 years ago, I mean, we sat down with the guys at Okuma and I basically said, yeah, there's no way in hell I'm ever fishing your rods. Like literally, I looked the guy right in the face. I was like, there's no way. I'm not going to use your stuff. Well, then, a little bit down the road, now here we are 10 years later, and I've been using Okuma for 10 years.
Yeah.
And the reality was I had this just, almost this like thing in my head where I was like, yeah, Okuma's not good.
Yeah.
But the reality is I'd never given it a shot. I'd never even really tried Okuma.
That's a lot of people in the industry as well.
But I wanted to tell you guys that because I've been very particular about who we work with and who we sign on and who we bring on as partners. And, it makes sense with Max because as you guys have seen in our videos, and you can go back and look at a lot of them, we already use a lot of their stuff and we already use a lot of their products and love their products. So now this just opens the door for us to do some cool stuff with Max, use and test and film some of their other lures that they use. Me and Bobby have been talking about some collab stuff where we can fly out to some other areas and work with some of their other pro staff members and hopefully learn some things that we can bring back to the Northwest to show all you guys. So there's going to be some really cool stuff that we can do in the future with Max. And I hope you guys are just as excited as we are to have these guys on board because I'm stoked.
It's sick.
Yeah, it's really sick. So, and the cool thing about Bobby, guys, we were talking about it in the podcast, is, Bobby's been around in this industry, guys, for literally 40 plus years.
Longer than I've been alive.
Literally longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
And it's, being able to work with a guy
I don't know
like
if I
that is
like
going to
the
be cool
sound of
because
that.
we're going to learn stuff. And one thing that I always try to tell everyone out there is never be that guy that feels like you know everything. Because guys like Bobby have been doing this shit a lot longer than us. Like, way longer.
Reality is, you don't.
And a lot of we were also talking about this on the podcast, a lot of the techniques that Bobby was doing 30 years ago have now come back full circle, and now we're doing them and we're acting like they're new.
Yeah.
And so it's, it's going to be cool, and I'm stoked to be working with you, Bobby. And yeah, I don't know if you want to touch on that, just kind of maybe give people a little bit of a background. You don't have to go into super detail, but just talk about kind of your journey through the fishing industry.
Sure. Well, I've been in the recreational fishing industry for 43 years. I started in 1982 when we started G. Loomis. I was the first employee there, and we basically, I'm very proud of what we built at G. Loomis, and as you know, things change over the years. I ended up leaving, but during that time frame, we did a fantastic job, and it was a great thing, and it taught me a lot. And it actually, I've been very fortunate enough to be able to travel and fish different fisheries all over the world, and it's taught me one thing that I will take to my grave, and that is, not anybody knows every one thing. You don't know everything there is about a fishery, because the next day the fish tell you something different, and it's a it's a situation that as you and I have talked, Marlon, about originally our thought process and everything with what was going on with Addicted and everything else. You know what? If you don't stop and take a look at what's going on out there and learn from it, you're never going to go anywhere. You're never going to understand things. And I'm going to tell you what, I've always been an individual that wants to learn more, wants to understand more, and wants to, I've always strived to be as good as I can be. So it's something that going from Loomis to, I'm back over here in Eastern Washington now, where I grew up, and working at Max Lure. I've been there for 16 years. It's a lot of fun. It's allowed me to stay in the industry, work with people that I've been around for, the last 40 some years. So it's a great job. I haven't worked for 43 years personally.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. This March of last year, I finally was able to leave my full-time job, and I worked 13 years working 2 jobs, basically, like trying to work my full-time job and then trying to grow Addicted and get it to a point where I could feel like, okay, it's making enough where I can at least pay myself something. It took me 13 years of grinding to be able to do that. And now that I'm full-time Addicted, am I ever going to be this guy that's rich and has a ton of money? No, I'm not. I'll never be rich, probably. But unless I win the lottery or something, but I get to do what I love. I get to be in the fishing industry. And I try to tell, a lot of kids and stuff that message me and stuff, I always tell them that. I'm like, look, guys, don't get in the fishing industry if you think you're going to become a millionaire, because it just ain't the industry. No. I'm just here because I love it, and that's why you're here, and that's why Jason's here, that's why we're all here. We love the industry. We love salmon, trout, and steelhead in particular. And, I'm, again, stoked to have you on board, stoked to have Max on board. And it's such an iconic brand. It's like I said, it's like, the wedding ring, for example. We were talking about the wedding ring in the podcast.
Sure.
And guys, if you don't listen to our podcast, it's the Addicted Fishing Podcast. You can get it on Spotify. You can get it on Apple Podcasts. I highly recommend you listen to this one with Max and with Bobby, because it was cool.
Yeah,
we went into a lot of details of certain things that we don't necessarily have time to touch on here, because for one, we're already late and we're already like an hour behind. But
but it's because we went so late. And
yeah,
we did touch on a lot of stuff.
The podcast is really good, guys. So if you guys want more details of any of this stuff, or even more details into Max, I highly recommend you go check out that podcast, and it'll probably be up in 3 or 4 days, I would guess, when Clint can have some time to get it edited. So, but anyway, I lost my train of thought again. So what was I saying?
I don't know. I was getting the giveaway ready.
I was getting the giveaway ready. We're idiots. We've been doing that a lot here today. Oh, we were talking about the wedding ring.
The wedding ring.
So the cool thing about Max is they have some just iconic lures underneath their umbrella. And I was telling Bobby, even with the wedding ring, I didn't even know Max owned the wedding ring. I thought the wedding ring was like the wedding ring. It was like its own brand, because it's such a
iconic.
Everyone knows what the wedding ring is.
Yeah.
I bet there's not a fisherman on earth that doesn't know what the wedding ring is. Really. I truly believe that. That's how I feel like that lure is.
It's just it's world renowned.
Yeah, and it works for so many different fisheries. So talk a little bit about that. You said that thing came out in 1969 or something?
Yeah. That was Vern McPherson was the owner of the company who started the Max Lure, and he was based out of Riggins, Idaho. And he and a buddy designed the wedding ring itself, and they used it for fishing creeks and streams for trout. And it just kind of evolved from there. Pretty soon he started getting so many orders that they couldn't continue making them in the house, and so one thing led to another. They ended up moving to Leavenworth, and they had a shop up there for 30 plus years. And the wedding ring's been around, and it's synonymous with trout fishing, and it's one of the best trout trolling lures that you can use. And one of the things that we kind of laugh about, but people overlook that whole that beaded spinner product line for fishing across the board, whether it's trout, steelhead, or salmon. So
it's funny too, because like we were talking about that in the podcast. It's like even the beaded steelhead spinner, there was a few brands out there that made them, has kind of been like a forgotten thing, and a lot of guys don't fish them. And I feel like, for me personally, like when I go to the store and I look at them, I'm like, that thing's ugly as shit. There's no way it's catching a
That ain't getting them.
Like, but the reality is it does, and it does work extremely well. So the story back in the day on that river that we were talking about, we're not going to say river names on this one, Bobby, just because I don't want to. But one of the old rivers that we were talking about on the podcast. So if you guys want to know the river I'm talking about, you're going to have to go listen to the podcast. But the one that we were talking about that used to be iconic, that you would catch all the fish before 8 a.m., right? Yep. I used to use those beaded spinners, and I remember I had it was the ugliest looking thing ever. It had a big silver blade, and it had 3 like big blue beads on it. Yeah. And I don't even know what brand it was.
Blue and Crow,
but I remember, dude, being up in the upper part of the river.
Oh my god!
And I the first time I used it, I casted that spinner out there, and I was reeling it in, and all of a sudden I was like, what is that? And there was this giant wake behind the spinner. And as the spinner got close, there was like 20 summer steelhead following this thing. Like a wave of them just like chasing it. I was like, oh God, oh God. And then of course I ran out of room. So then I freaking fired it right back out there. And as soon as it hit the water, one of them crushed it. And I remember back in the day catching tons of steelhead on those. And I bet I haven't even touched one in literally 20 years. Like I haven't even picked one of those spinners up.
Sure.
And we were talking about that too, Bobby. Like we were talking addicts, like how a lot of stuff just comes full circle. Like, a lot of the stuff that was getting used 25 years ago has been forgotten, but it still works. It still catches fish.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's not as pretty and glitzy as all the new stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So one of the cool things Max is doing, guys, for tonight is, not for tonight, actually through July 9th. Is that what that says?
Yep.
Ends July 9th, guys. They're giving 15% off on their website. So now is the time. If you're a walleye fisherman, if you're a trout fisherman, if you're a salmon fisherman, right now is the time. Go stock up. They got smile blades. They got lots of cool things on their website for you guys to buy. And just go browse, because I think what will happen is what happened with me. Your mind's going to be blown on even like second or third call me and Bobby had. I was like, dude, I had no clue you guys made all this stuff. Like they make a ton of different lures. And so, go check it out. Go to their website. Take advantage of this code. Let's show Max, the addicted fan base. Let's show them, what we can do and how supportive you guys are to the partners. Because I know a lot of times when we bring a new partner on board, you guys go all out with supporting them, and we appreciate that. So let's do the same for Max, guys. They have some cool stuff. And I'm going to talk about, I am going to bring up the one thing that we talked about on the podcast. And I apologize, Charles. You can text me later and tell me that you hate me. There's a lure that they make, guys, called a flashlight. And it's kind of like it's really used for trolling. It's used for like, almost kind of like a gang troll. It's used as like an inline, basically a tractor for trout, kokanee, and different species that you would be fishing for. But what a lot of the salmon and steelhead guys has figured out is that they absolutely crush salmon and steelhead, especially in some specific fisheries. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys how to use it or where to use it, but I would challenge you to look at the flashlights and look at those lures and buy some of them and start to figure out how you can implement them into some of our salmon and steelhead fisheries, because I know some guys that are super hush about those things, and I'm probably going to get some hate mail and some death threats later. I really don't give a shit. But dude, they are crazy with some of the fisheries.
I can only imagine.
Some of the fisheries, guys, I'm dead serious. If you don't have a flashlight on, you might as well not even freaking be fishing. And I am 100% dead serious about it. I'm not just saying that because we're now supporting Max, but just buy some of them. Trust me. Just buy some of them, use them, try them, and figure out how you can implement them into some of your fisheries, because they are a freaking killer lure.
I used to buy the hot wings and cut them. Are those the same?
Yep.
Yeah, so what a lot of guys used to do is just cut them apart.
The hot wings is a smaller version of the flashlight.
Okay,
it's
so you have the flashlight, blade. You have the hot wings, which are both like different, both different versions or smaller, bigger sizes of them. But yeah, you guys, it's funny too, because you'll look at the flashlight. Like the first time I saw someone fishing it, I remember I pulled up into the spot and I went, this idiot isn't going to catch anything. I said that in my head. I'm like, this guy doesn't know. I'm like,
look over 30 seconds later.
I saw that thing on his rod. And I'm like, why is he fishing that? Literally, I was, all these weird things were going through my head. And I kid you not, guys, I pulled in there and I watched that guy drop down and just make us all eat popcorn. I mean, we were eating popcorn to this guy. And he does have some really good coon shrimp, and I know the guy personally, and I know he just catches a lot of good fish, but it was the flashlight, dude. It was the lure. Like, and so, again, I challenge you guys to go to Mac's website, just look at all the different things they have, because like we were talking about at the beginning of this, like, you know, even though Mac's, and I'm comfortable saying, kind of dominates a lot of the trout and kokanee world with a lot of different lures, a lot of those lures also work for salmon and steelhead. So if you're a salmon or steelhead fisherman and you're listening to this, I would challenge you to just go check it out and look at some of the stuff. But, you know, I think me and Bobby are also talking, guys, about hopefully launching some like limited edition smile blades in the future. And we might do some collabs on some different limited products through Mac's in the future. So be on the lookout for that. I don't know when it'll happen. We got to get the partnership rocking and get some other stuff going, but this will be a long-term relationship, guys. We'll definitely be working with these guys forever. If you look at any of our partners, and one of the things I pride myself on with Addicted, and I really just give myself a pat on the back, is a lot of our partners, guys, we've had for literally 10 plus years. Some of them going on 15 years we've been working with the same company. And I've really tried over the years with Addicted to just be very authentic and organic and real with our content. And when I tell you guys that literally we get offers to promote some of the stupidest stuff on earth, and I tell them no because this isn't about money for me, I'm being honest, guys. Like, I really do. And so when we partner with someone like Mac's, it's because we believe in the lures. We already use the lures, and we know that it's going to be a great partnership that we can get in front of the camera and not have to lie. Like, because the second we get in front of the camera and we start lying is the second our brand dies. It's the second you guys don't watch us anymore. And it's funny, in the comments when we were talking about rods too, it immediately turned into what it always does. It turned into the rod war, where it was like, oh, I like lamiglass. Well, I like this. Well, Kuma's junk and this. And it's like, you guys, the one thing with the rods, and Bobby will attest to this, being in the rod building industry for years, every manufacturer in the Northwest makes good fishing rods. Do some of them have some issues here and some issues there? Oh, they all do. They all have their own little nuances or problems, but they all make good rods. You know, it's like I saw the guys like, oh, well, Kuma's junk, I break them. It's like, I can literally count on both hands in 10 years how many Okuma rods I broke.
I can count on 0 hands because I haven't broke any.
So, and for years I fished lamiglass, and I loved lamiglass, and I was a huge lamiglass supporter. And my very first bass rod was a G. Loomis GL2. Like, I love the GL series. Like, I owned multiple GL series, probably some of the ones that you were making and designing back in the day, Bobby. Like, sure. I loved G. Loomis. And so it's not about like brand, guys. It's just about like going, picking up the rod, figuring out what you love, and just using what you love. And I always just say, like, look at the price, look at the warranty, and then look at the quality, and then decide based on what you think feels the best in your hand. And that's how you should be making the decisions, because all the companies make good rods. Fact. And if you're someone out there that says they don't, you're lying. You are 100% lying to yourself, and you're just thumping that other brand. Yeah. There's my spiel on the rods. Sorry, Bobby, I'm going on a couple little rants right now, but I had to.
No, you're exactly right. You gotta that's my my base obviously is the whole rod program, and the one thing I always tell people is purchase a rod that you can afford.
Exactly.
Purchase a rod that you can afford. Coming from the rod design side, I think that everybody, there is a rod designed for every specific fishery, and there is good and bad with everything. All of the manufacturers out there have decent product. It's a matter of you being able to purchase what you can afford and what you feel is the best for what you are trying to do. And
exactly.
That's all you can do.
Exactly. And it's so funny that you say that, because I don't know if my wife's still watching or not, but one day I'm literally sitting there and out of nowhere she texts me and she goes, "Do you know that you have 97 fishing rods?" And I'm like,
how do you know that?
For one, why are you in there counting all my fishing rods? And for two, I'm like, yeah, I do know that I have 97 fishing rods because I got to have one for every single specific fishery that I do. And for bass, I need 6 rods because there's 6 different things I'm doing for bass.
Yeah.
For salmon and steelhead, I don't like to take my plunking rods and then switch them to a trolling rod. So if I can afford it, I'm going to have my plunking rods and I'm going to have my trolling rods. Like, I just, over the years of just stockpiling rods and learning different fisheries and doing different things, you just start to get a stockpile. So there's a rod for everything.
I'm laughing about this because
I can only imagine how many you have.
I was just gonna say,
my wife goes, why couldn't you be a Mercedes salesman or what? I mean, really, do you have to have that many fishing rods? And I said, well, you got to have a rod to do a specific job. And you can't have one because there's always 2 or 3 guys with it, and you got to have a setup for them. So, I mean, you got to, you got to have everything set up and ready to go. So it's just one of those things. And then she looks at me and goes, I would really like it if you were a Mercedes salesman a lot better. So.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure my wife would love that too. She's like, can you she'd probably want me to be a Toyota salesman.
Yeah. That would be sweet. Hey, but Squirrel, back to lures. I'm excited that we have you as a partner, Bobby, because of the Shuttle Hawk. For those people that are out there fishing with downriggers, if you don't have Shuttle Hawks or don't know what they are, don't use them, you're missing the boat. And then the same with the Crip lure. So I'm super stoked that you guys are here. I can't wait to get my hands on some more of your guys' stuff.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And you're right. There's a lot of those different things. You guys, especially on the west side, you guys are predominantly geared towards salmon steelhead. And being over here, it's like left side, right side. We're over here, and we're geared towards the trout, kokanee, walleye fisheries that are over here, and not really as much over there. And you start looking, we talked about it, all of the different types of crossovers and things that can be used. And Clint, you brought up the Shuttle Hawk and the Crip lure. Those are items that they're big in Northern California. They're big in certain regional areas, and it's a matter of people just not seeing them or being shown, know that they exist, know what's out there in order to understand what a Shuttle Hawk does, or how well a Crip lure works for trout fishing, or whatever it is. So that we're very excited about this whole thing, getting involved with you guys, because
I'm excited too, man. Yeah, it's going to be cool. And I think there's going to be some cool stuff that we can do. I already have some ideas on how to do some challenges and stuff. Like, I really want to go do some trolling and pin some lures up against each other and see which ones fish better than others. And so I'm excited, man. And we have literally, seriously, like, normally we end these things at 8 o'clock, Bobby, and we're already at 8 o'clock. Yeah. And we still haven't even talked about sockeye fishing. All these people are here to listen about sockeye fishing. So we're going to cut it. We're going to cut it here, Bobby. But we just appreciate you coming on, man, and spending some time. Guys, he's going to be in more episodes. I plan on trying to, hopefully maybe someday in the future, we'll get him in here in studio for a live feed, and we'll actually maybe talk about some specific fishery that he is well versed in, and get him in here for some feeds. And you'll probably see him in some videos and stuff in the future too. But yeah, we're now working with Max, guys. So I hope you guys are excited. And do not forget, I already saw a couple guys, literally a guy commented, just used my ADX15 code to get the flashlight 4-blade. So there's already some dudes on there buying them. So
right on.
Don't leave us though and go to their website just yet. You got to wait till the end of the live feed because we got some other things we got to tell you tonight. But
lots of good stuff.
But we'll keep mentioning the code tonight, Bobby. And is there any last things you want to say to any of the addicts or anything?
No, you know what? Just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job, and we're very pleased to be involved.
Thanks, Bobby. I appreciate that, man, and we'll be in touch. Thanks for taking a little time out of your evening to be with us tonight.
No problem. Hey, you guys want to talk about Sockeyes? All you got to do is call me.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, you're over there trolling for those things, huh?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about bank fishing them today, so we might have to talk. You know, that trolling fishery is going to be coming up soon, so maybe that can be a future topic we can bring you in on.
Dude, the bank fishing, that's one of the things I actually spent the first 3 years trying to figure out how to bank fish them, and I got it pretty well dialed.
I'm going to need to pick your brain.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, cool. Well, thanks again, Bobby. We appreciate you, and yeah, we'll be in touch, man.
Thank you. You guys take care.
See ya.
Night.
Oh, geez, guys, it's already 8 o'clock. We're gonna have to rip through this Sockeye stuff quick. I apologize, guys. A lot of stuff to talk about today. We were already kind of late, but you know what? We'll stick it out as long as you guys want to stick it out. You know, we'll do it. We'll do it for you because we love you guys.
We do a lot.
How many people are still watching, Clint? We got about almost 300 people in here with us.
What if I don't want to stick it out?
Sucks to suck, bro.
I don't even know what to say.
Okay, fine. I'll hang out.
Yeah. I don't even know.
So
yeah, guys, Max Lures. I hope you guys are excited about that. Like I said, take advantage of that code. Get on their website, spend some money. You know, show those guys that we love Max and that we want to support them because they're supporting us now. They're supporting the addicts and they're supporting the brand. So please do it. And I'm going to tell one more quick little story because I talked about it a little bit on the podcast. But just kind of reiterating, you know, when I was talking to Bobby and we first started kind of talking about working together, you know, he told me kind of how, you know, when Addicted first kind of came around, he had a sour taste in his mouth. Like he didn't really like what we were doing. He didn't like Addicted. He kind of thought we were, you know, doing stuff that he had already been doing for years. And he just had a sour taste in his mouth. Didn't really understand, I think, what we were doing is maybe a better word for it.
Yeah, better word.
And as time went on and, you know, Bobby got older and he went through different phases probably in life, I think he took a couple steps back and maybe started looking at it a little bit differently or watching it a little more. I can't speak for him, you know, but I'm just kind of going off what he told me. And he kind of realized, like, why do I hate these guys so much or why do I not like these guys? And what me and Bobby talked about that I hope will resonate with a lot of you guys and hopefully, you know, when you see, I'm going to cuss, so, you know, plug your kids' ears out there. When you see our dumbass haters out there, you know, chirping on the internet or saying things about us blowing up rivers or ruining fisheries, understand, guys, that, you know, unfortunately, we are in the Pacific Northwest, Washington and Oregon, that has extremely fickle fisheries. And we are dealing with endangered species and we're dealing with hatchery plants. And the other main factor we're dealing with that I know sometimes doesn't feel like it, guys, but we don't have a lot of guys that care about salmon and steelhead. The population of people in the world that care about just looking at a fish and being like, oh, cool, look at that awesome fish that's swimming in the river right there. Or look at that really cool fuzzy grizzly bear and just want to look at them. That population
it's a lot bigger.
Is this big.
Yeah.
Literally. Whereas the population of anglers and hunters who want to kill the bear or harvest a fish or even just catch a wild steelhead because you love the beauty and the thrill of catching it, but you want to let him go and let him go do his thing, that population is this big, guys. And I know that sometimes when you're on the river or sometimes when you're certain places, to you that may feel like that's not the case. But if you were to pull up a chart and look at the data that's been put out and you can look at it yourself, fishing licenses in Washington and Oregon have done nothing but declined for 20 years. Literally, you can look at the chart and it just goes like this. 4 years, less and less people that care, less and less people that want to fish. In 2020 during COVID, 2021, you can look at the chart and you can see a little bit of the upticks in the licenses.
Then
it just fell right back off. And what me and Bobby were talking about and what Bobby, I think, realized eventually with Addicted is that we're not out to ruin fisheries, guys. We're not out to blow up rivers. It's the whole reason why from day one I've had the motto of no river name. You know, I'm not trying to blow up a spot. If you're watching a video and you see it and you know where we're fishing, congratulations. You
Caps
know where
off
we're
to
at.
ya.
But there's a lot of people that are watching that don't. Just read the comments. Where are you guys at? Where are you fishing? Where's this at?
So many messages.
You know,
Were you guys on this river? Were you
Yeah.
guys on this river?
This is how far I go, guys, to try to protect things. And a lot of people don't even know we do this. Specifically in steelhead fisheries, we don't get as crazy in like big river salmon fisheries. You know, like obviously we talk about the Columbia and we talk about the Willamette and we don't get as crazy with it.
Right.
But smaller fisheries, guys, we do all sorts of stuff. We flip footage so it looks reversed. So when you're looking at the bank and you see something, it doesn't look right. We throw drone shots of other rivers. So we may be fishing one river, we might put 3 drone shots of a different river in the same video to basically...
It's to protect some of the
It's
resource
to try
that
to
we're...
confuse people.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to be known as a report-based platform that ruins fisheries. We want to be known as the platform that gets people excited about fishing and brings more anglers to the sport. And now if you're one of those guys that's mad that we're doing that, I really don't care about you. And I'm just being perfectly honest because I don't. Like, I'm in this. I've caught a lot of fish. I like seeing other people catch them. I like seeing other people have an opportunity. I like seeing other people, you know, the smile on people's face when they catch a fish. Or, you know, if we could go to side cam right now, you can see our wall back here. Oh, that's really blurry. You guys see my door back there? That's just one of my doors. I have literally walls of, those are all letters and drawings from kids, guys. Literally from people that are, you know, kids that are 13, 14, 12, 10, 9, 8, all different ages, 16, that have mailed me letters or given me, you know, drawing me pictures because they love what we do. They love Addicted and they watch our YouTube videos and they're excited about it. That's why I built it, guys. And, you know, we do a lot to educate you guys on how to catch fish. We want you to be successful and we want new anglers to be successful, because if a new guy gets into the sport, he spends a year trying to catch a steelhead and he doesn't catch one, the chances of him fishing the next year are very low. Like, it gets hard, and catching these fish, once you figure it out, isn't really that hard. Once you figure it out, I promise you guys, it's not that hard. But there's a lot of people that you know, it's a learning curve.
It's a heavy learning curve.
And at some point in my life, you know, guys, I grew up in foster care and I didn't have a dad. You know, there's a lot of people that had dads or had grandpas or had people that taught them how to fish. I didn't have that. And so I was that kid. I was that 13, 14, 15-year-old that was just scouring the magazines and watching DVDs and doing everything I could to try to learn about salmon and steelhead. Because when I went to the river and asked the guy on the bank to teach me, he literally looked at me in the face. I was 13 years old. 13! And I walked down to the river. I had an 8.6 rod. And I had no clue what I was doing. And I asked the guy, hey, do you mind like showing me what you're doing? Like, I watched him catch a couple steelhead. The guy looked at me, turned the other way, and walked downriver. And at that point, at 13 years old, I just realized that at some point in my lifetime, dude, I'm going to teach people what I've learned, and I'm not going to gatekeep things. And one thing I want to say before Jason answers this comment, I know there's a lot of comments flowing through there, and I know I've been on a lot of rants today, but I'm in one of those feelings today where I just want to rant.
Get it.
But now I just lost my train of thought because you've been
sorry, man.
with the comment.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say 𝗫𝗑𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 in the podcast.
What's that?
About the public resource. And
yeah, exactly.
If you're so secretive, they're going to shut it down anyways because people are going to say that they're not even getting fished on.
So that's, again, guys, some information is going to come out really soon, guys, that I already know about from behind the scenes, and a lot of you probably already know. They're about to eliminate like 4 or 5 other steelhead fisheries, winter steelhead and summer steelhead fisheries in Southwest Washington, because there's no effort. They're planting the fish. They put the fish in there. No one goes and fishes for them. You got the 5 or 6 dudes that like are sitting there like beating them up, and they have their little magical secret little hole and they don't tell anyone. And those 5 guys are going to lose the fishery because other people don't care about it. And that's what I have seen happen, guys, time and time and time and time again. You know, if we don't have people that care about salmon and steelhead and want to catch fish and are excited about it, we will lose the fisheries, guys. We will lose them. I promise you. And I know, again, even myself, I find myself doing it all the time. Jason knows, dude. I'll be floating down the river and I'll see another raft and I'll be like, ooh, like just mad. Like, why is that guy here? You know what I mean? And it's like, even myself at everything I've gone to sometimes will have that attitude. We can't have that attitude, guys, because there's not enough of us. There's not enough of us. And this may frustrate a few of you, and some of you see it, but we teach you everything. Like, we try to teach you everything that we know about salmon and steelhead fishing. We're going to show you techniques, but guys, we still have our secrets. We still have our little things that we do. We still have our little things that we don't tell everything. We don't give every single bit of information. And you should do the same. If you figure something out that's just this epic, cool little thing and it's helping you, and just, you don't have to tell everything. But to literally I have guys literally, this triple wobbler fishery. Oh yeah. I have literally guys telling me they're going to kill me, messaging me and say, I'm going to kill you because you're showing people how to do that. That took me 25 years to learn. And now you're going to make a YouTube video and all these kids are going to learn it by watching the YouTube video. Well, guess what, you old crotchety? It doesn't matter because you've been catching them for 30, 40, 50 years. Let someone else catch them now. Like, that attitude will be the downfall of our fisheries, guys. I hate to say that, and it almost hurts my soul to say it.
Yeah.
But that is the truth. So there's my rant. And I didn't want it to turn into that. And I'm sorry that it did, guys, because this was supposed to be about Max and we love Max. But it went to that part of the conversation because I was trying to give you guys a 10,000 foot view of how Bobby looked at Addicted, 10 years ago or whatever, or 15 years ago when we first started coming out and doing things. And, I've also made mistakes over the years, guys. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try to act like I've been perfect. And everything that I've done through the fishing industry in my 20 years of being here was right. Because it wasn't. There was lots of things that I did that I wish I could go back on, or I wish I could be like, why did I do that? I should have never done that. But again, you make mistakes, you're young, you do things. When I first kind of started, I was excited. I was amped up. I was just, catching a lot of fish, and I wanted to show people.
But you learned from it, and you made adjustments, and now we're here.
For sure. So anyway, guys, this guy says any plunking tips. So we need to get into some plunking tips. So there's my rants, guys. Again, Max Lures, we're working with them now. They're amazing. And we're going to be working with them for a long time to come. So
stoked.
Shout out to Max. And we'll keep throwing that discount code up on the screen.
That hook was a little close to the ear. I might have got
we'll keep throwing that discount code up on the screen, guys, so you guys can remember to use that. So, guys, we have a lower river sockeye fishery right now. I am going to be talking today specifically about bank fishing. I'll try to hopefully plan. I'm going to look at the season. Does anyone watching know when the season closes?
I should freaking know this.
Because you can catch these things from a boat as well, guys, and I know a lot of guys that do it. But I'm not going to go into any details from boat fishing or trolling them or sitting on anchor. We're just going to talk about bank today because we're literally out of time. So when you're bank fishing for sockeye, one of the biggest questions that everyone thinks is that you have to be in some magical spot to catch them. Absolutely not true, guys. These sockeye are running up the river. They're passing every single shoreline, Washington and Oregon. You can catch them on either bank. When you're looking for places to catch them, if you're a bank fisherman, use the Catch Zone app or use Onyx. Use Catch Zone because we love Catch Zone, but you don't have to use those guys. But use an app where you can basically pull up public property and just look along the Columbia River, wherever you're at, whatever region you're at, however far you think you want to drive to try to find a spot to fish, and look for your public access points where there's areas where you can access the Columbia River from the bank and fish from the bank.
Until July 6th.
Until July 6th. So July 6th is how long you guys have to catch these things. So you guys you still got some time, got 10, 11 days.
Yeah.
The spot doesn't matter, guys, as much as the ledge. So if you're looking, I'm going to give away some pretty good little secrets here, guys, of things that I use. So please, take some notes or something. So one of the things that I do to find plunking spots and what I've done over the last 20 years of my life is I use navionics, and I try to use mapping to where I can find the ledges. And basically what you're looking for is there's two things you're looking for. If you can find both of them together, now you've really freaking found the spot. But basically what you're looking for is you're looking for areas of the Columbia River where you have 1 foot of water, 2 foot of water, 3 foot of water, 5 foot of water, 6 foot of water, 8 foot of water, 17 feet of water. You're looking for those massive drop-off ledges, because what those sockeye do is they run those ledges. Now, if you can find an area that has a drop-off that goes from, say, 10 feet of water to 20 feet of water that also is on a point where now these fish are not only funneling the ledge, they're also funneling the point.
Game over.
You will kill so many sockeye, you will have your freezer full, you won't even know what to do with them if you deploy this setup that I'm about to show you. So when I bank fish, guys, I like to plunk. This is something that was taught to me by a group. Some of you may know back in the day that they were around. Super awesome guys. I still talk to a couple of them and friends with a couple of them. They were called Team 𝗛𝗘𝗟𝗣. How many of you guys watching right now remembers Team 𝗛𝗘𝗟𝗣? Andrew, absolutely, buddy. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and super chatting us. It means a lot. So thank you. I lost my train of thought.
Team 𝗛𝗘𝗟𝗣.
Team 𝗛𝗛𝗟𝗑𝗄. How many of you guys remember Team 𝗛𝗛𝗪𝒀? How many of you guys in the comments remember the guys Team 𝗛𝗛𝗪𝒀? So back in the day, they kind of came on to the social media scene when Facebook was like, not in the beginning of Facebook, but when it was really starting to get some traction in the fishing world, those guys kind of came onto the scene. And at the time, Addicted was Fishing Addicts Northwest, I think at the time, or we might have already changed to Addicted. I can't remember.
I think it was still Fishing Addicts.
But we plunked a lot. Me and Lonnie plunked a lot, and we did okay. Like, we caught a few fish, but we started seeing these kids Team 𝗛𝗪𝗪𝒀, and we're like, how are these kids literally posting these pictures of like 40 sockeye laying along the bank? Like, the amount of fish that they were catching and killing was like mind-blowing to me. And so I told Lonnie, I'm like, dude, we got to hit these guys up and learn what they're doing. And so we did. I hit them up. I said, hey, you guys want to fish? You want to film? You want to hang out? And we did. And I've always given them credit as the guys that have taught me this. They know, a bunch of them know, even a couple of them that may or may not like me anymore because of differences that we potentially had. Through all that, I've always been respectful and let them know that they taught me this. And so what this is, guys, is it's called a triple spin glow setup. And the reason this is so effective, guys, is because in the Columbia River, we're allowed to fish 3 hooks. So you can have your top spin glow, your middle spin glow, and your bottom spin glow. And you're fishing a massive column of water. And at any point, Jason, if you want to interrupt me and feel like you have some contribution, do it.
Okay.
Just be like, hey, I got something to say. Mm-hmm. So you're fishing a imagine me, Clint, Jason, Colt, Hayden, Mike, Robbie. Imagine all of us lined up on the bank. So now we have 8 fishing rods and we have 3 lures on every fishing rod. We have 24 lures sitting in the river. And not only do we have 24 lures sitting in the river, we have staggered the lures. So we ran the first one out to 60 on the line counter. We ran the second one out to 70 on the line counter. We ran the third one out to 80 on the line counter. We ran the fourth one out to 90 on the line counter. You see where I'm getting here, right, guys? Now, Jason is the 5th rod. He's at 90 on the line counter, he's at 140, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just throwing out random numbers, right? Jason catches 6 fish or gets 5 bites in a row
boom.
before any of the other rods get bit. So now what we do is we take another one of the rods, we run it to 90. Oh crap, now that rod's getting bit. Let's move another rod to 90.
We're just dialing in the traveling lane.
And you just want to find where these fish are running. And the second you find the traveling lane that they're running, you will absolutely smash them. It's exactly why, and any of you guys know from back in the day, if you're sitting in an anchor line or a hog line, like there's always like 1 or 2 boats that are catching the majority of the fish.
Yeah.
Like back in the days when we used to wobbler fish, literally how I met Cameron was he was anchored next to us, just killing them, just catching 10 to 1 on us. And so the next morning we got out there and stole his spot. That's how we literally met Cameron. But he was in the lane. He was in the lane where those fish were running. And so it's really important. And with bank fishing, you can really dial that in. So I like the 𝗛𝗚𝗏 Guide Select Classic, guys. We love 𝗛𝗚𝗏. You heard us talk about 𝗛𝗚𝗏. They're our sponsor. They make amazing rods. They have limited lifetime warranties. They have great customer service. A lot of the local retailers will replace them in store if you break them. I have a hard time saying many bad things about 𝗛𝗚𝗏 Guide Select Classics. If I had one bad thing to say over the years is sometimes you have issues with the ceramic in the guides. The ceramic in the guides will come out. Not a freaking big deal. You can replace the guide. Sometimes 𝗛𝗚𝗏 has even replaced the whole top section for me if one ceramics come out.
But it's only the fact that you can literally abuse these rods before something like that actually
I'm just trying to be honest with people because I want them to know if I had one thing bad to say about them, that's what I would say. There was some other things that they were doing back in the day that was annoying. Like they had this tightener on the top that you would tighten. That was just I don't even know why they did it. They've already switched it. They went back. Now they have a double locking reel seat. They've already fixed all that. Some of it with advice from us. So that's the other thing that I love about 𝗛𝗚𝗏.
They listen.
𝗛𝗚𝗏 has been here, guys, for 20 plus years now, 25 years, I think, really making a name in the Northwest. They care about Northwest fishermen. They want to make rods. They want to make actions. They want to do things for us out here in the Pacific Northwest. And you can't really say that for a lot of other rod companies unless they're local right here in the Northwest.
Yeah.
So, so 𝗛𝗚𝗏 Guide Select Classic. I like the 1062H. So the reason I like the 1062H, guys, is it's a 15 to 30 rod, 10.5 foot. It's versatile. You can catch sockeye, you can catch steelhead, you can catch salmon. And when you're reeling in a sockeye, it doesn't just feel like you're reeling in it with a meat stick and you're not feeling the fight of the fish. Or when you're reeling in a salmon, it doesn't feel like you're like grossly underpowered. Some of them that are really big, you are. But it doesn't feel like it most of the time with this 10 or 15 to 30 rod. So if you're looking for if you're one of those guys that's like, I can only afford 1 rod or 2 rods and I want to use it for bank, I want to use it for trolling, buy an 𝗛𝗚𝗏 Guide Select Classic 1062H. You can troll with it. It's an amazing 360 rod. It's an amazing Springer Triangle Flasher rod. It's an amazing plunking rod. It sounds like I'm literally thumping the hell out of 𝗛𝗚𝗏 because I believe in it. And I truly believe that. I would have 1062Hs on all my stuff if they didn't come out with the 1092H extra because I really like that one too. But great rod, great option. Definitely look at the Guide Select. But if you don't like 𝗛𝗚𝗏, I saw a lot of guys in the comments that were like, oh, screw 𝗛𝗚𝗏, I'm never buying 𝗛𝗚𝗏. Whatever. Don't buy an 𝗛𝗚𝗏. But buy something that's in that like 10.5 foot range, 15 to 30. Something in there. You know what I mean?
Very likely to that rod.
Yeah. So line counters, guys. You have to have a line counter reel. Unless you're a guy who's going to cast out there, which we're not talking about casting today because, again, we're out of time. You need a line counter. I explained to you a little bit why in the beginning, because if Jason is catching his fish at 80 on the line counter every time, you want to make sure that you can drop your setup at 80 every time. You want to just stay in that traveling lane. So I really like the line counters. I like the Coldwater SS because everything's stainless steel. I'm sorry, guys, I burped. You can get the Coldwater, the regular ones, and we used them for years, and I still have tons of them.
Yeah.
Literally on my plunking rods, I have some that have been on my rods for like 12 years. Some of the line counters are starting to fail because they've got sand and stuff in them, but the Coldwater is a great reel as well. I like this one because it's all stainless. Everything, all the components have been upgraded to stainless, and it just seems like it's that next step of durability that you need when we're abusing our stuff. So
plunking is a rough sport for equipment.
Yeah, exactly. And with these reels, guys, there's 2 things that I've seen fail on these reels when they do fail. Sometimes the line counter fails and gets stuck. Very, very easy to fix yourself if you understand how to take apart a reel. But also, just get a hold of 𝗛𝗚𝗏. They're really awesome at taking care of their customers. The other thing that happens sometimes on these reels usually to beginners or usually to fishing guides that have a lot of beginning people in the boat, is this button sometimes will fail because you get people that will like reel and push the button at the same time. So if you're reeling the rod and you're pushing the button at the same time, you literally will just bust that gear out.
It grinds that gear, and that SS makes it to where it's a little harder because it's that stainless steel gear.
Yeah. So it'll just break it. But those are the only two things I've seen really happen. Other than that, I've loved these reels. You know, Cameron, a lot of the fishing guides, Pop Off, Ryan McCon, some of the greatest fishing guides I know have all switched to cold waters, and they all have used a lot of the other brands. So look at them, consider them. If you don't like Okuma, Daiwa makes a cold water, Shimano makes a cold water. A lot of the other brands make cold waters. Go get whatever you like.
Line counters.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Did I say cold waters?
Yeah.
A lot of them make line counters. Just go get whatever brand you like or whatever, but buy Okuma. Okay. So now we're getting into the business end. And this is going to be really tough, guys. I think
we almost can't break
I can't
that
even
whole
take
thing
this
down.
thing apart, guys, because it's too big. But basically, I'm going to try to do my best and have Jason go to a side cam here and just go down each setup and just give you guys an idea of what this is. So on the braided line, guys, I'm using a 65-pound Enforcer. I like a 65-pound braid because I just don't want to lose my stuff. You have a lot of gear out there. You have a lot of spin glows that mean a lot to me, and I don't want to lose them. And so I just use a heavier braided line, and it works good for me. So I don't know what to tell you. Use a heavier braided line. A lot of guys like 50. Some guys
65
use 50.
when you're out in the Columbia, because you never know. I mean, you could hook that sturgeon that's freaking huge, you know.
I hooked a sturgeon today, literally.
Literally breaks you off.
Yeah, and here's the deal, too, with the 65, guys, is the newer braided lines, especially the Addicted Enforcer, it's wound so tight with that 8-strand weave that you don't need to go down to 50 because the diameter of a 65-pound is already insanely low, and you want a low diameter line. So if there's one thing I'd say about braided line, like if you don't buy an Addicted Enforcer or if you want to buy another line, you have to buy an 8-carrier, period. I don't even believe in any of the other stuff. Like buy an 8-carrier braid because it's wound tighter, it's stronger, it's just better. But also try to find one that is weaved tight and has a very small diameter and is smooth, because you have so much line out in the water, guys. You have so much stuff out there that you don't want to create any drag with your braid. And if you're going to use this reel and double it as a trolling, you also don't want to create any drag when you're trolling.
Yeah.
So it's better to have that line be able to cut through the water. Super, super good. Sharon just said, did you bring up the merch drop? No, I failed. I did not bring up the merch drop, guys. But we have a merch drop coming this Sunday, June 29th. Our merch drop's coming. We have a lot of epic stuff. I'm not going to talk about any of this stuff, but if you want to wait till the very, very end of the episode, I'll rip through some of the stuff really quick and make these guys wait even longer, even though Clint hates me right now. I have to pay Clint extra today. Give him an extra $100 cash or something.
He says.
Summer merch drop's coming. Thanks for reminding me, babe. June 29th, guys. This Sunday is the summer merch drop. If you want to see a sneak peek of a bunch of the stuff that we have coming, you like that sick freaking...
That is pretty cool.
That's so sick. I love the little steelhead.
With the drink.
The steelhead's just chilling on the side.
With the, looks like pit vipers.
Exactly. Anyway, June 29th, guys, summer merch drop this Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But let me get back to the setup. So we're talking about braided line. So the next thing that we have, guys, is really important to plunking. And Jason's going to see something new on here that I was trying today.
I already see it.
Yeah, it worked really well.
Nice.
And we should be using it for wobblers too. And I'm testing it, but it needs to be longer. I think it needs to be probably like another like 6-8 inches probably. Because what happens is when I'll explain to you.
Yeah.
But, so what I have here, guys, is first off, I'm wearing one of the drop shirts. Check it out. Free to fish. You can get this on Sunday. We got the T-stop bead. So this is Brad's Killer Fishing Gear makes these. A few different companies make them. I just get the Brad's ones. They're cheap and you can buy them everywhere. This is basically your weed stop. So this is going to hopefully grab any weed that's floating downriver before it goes down and gets into your setup. Next, I have just another little protector bead. This is basically, you can see how that goes right over the top of my knot. Just protecting my knot so we don't form any weakness in this knot. And I'll be honest, guys, sometimes I'll tie this double clinch knot and I won't mess with this plunking rod for 5 years. Literally. I'm not even joking. Like, I have used my exact same plunking rod, exact same knot, exact same T bead for years. Like, if you tie a good knot, you use good braid, you don't have to mess with it.
Yeah.
So this next, guys, what you have is, this is something new that I'm trying. I kind of stole this from Cameron. He might even be mad at me for showing it. I don't know. If you are, Cam, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you didn't want me to show it if you're mad. This is basically like a little bumper. And what I'm trying to do here, guys, is anyone that fishes the Columbia River, there's so many freaking weeds. It's so annoying how many weeds there are. And so what I'm doing is I'm trying to create a little separation between my first three-way and my T-stop bead. And so what's going to happen, and what I'm hoping is going to happen, is as the weeds float down river, they're going to grab this T-stop bead, and they're never even going to be down near my setup ever. They're never going to mess up anything that's fishing. And today, when we were testing this, what we were noticing when we were reeling in is there would be giant clumps of weeds here, nothing on any of our spin gloves.
Super clean.
Very clean on the baits. So the spin gloves were fishing well because we were catching all the weeds and keeping it off our stuff by using this little bumper here. Again, Cameron, if you're watching, you're probably not, you're bass fishing or something, but I apologize if you're mad at me for showing that. And that just is what it is. Deal with it. Now we have, this is so hard without this being unwrapped. So to the bumper, guys, this is so complex, guys. And I will say, if any of this thing goes over your head, Mike Deacon says, I remember my first three-way. Oh, I do too, buddy. I do too. It was crazy. Three-way here. Swivel. We're talking about swivels, guys. Your head's in the gutter, dude. I'm talking about swivels. What are you talking about?
Okay, as long as you're talking swivels,
yeah, we're
good.
talking about three-way swivels, you weirdo.
Okay.
Anyway, we're to our first three-way swivel. We're talking about a swivel. God, I lost my train of thought again, dude. I'm ADD as hell today. Scott, I need some medication. First three-way swivel, guys. This is where your setup starts. So you're going to have three of these three-ways. And this is where this setup gets extremely complex. And what I was going to say before I lost my train of thought again because Mike Deegan made me laugh, was we have a video with Charles, guys, on the YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube right now and type in how to catch Columbia River sockeye or how to plunk for sockeye, you will find the video super in depth. Charles goes over everything. So if anything goes over your head in here or you miss it or I talk too fast, go to YouTube, type it in. You'll be able to find it. So got your next three-way. You got your three-way here. Then off that first three-way, you have your first spin glove setup. And screw it. I'm just going to take this apart. I don't even care anymore. We'll have to put it back together, which is annoying, but whatever. So you got your first leader here. So coming off the top of the three-way, you're going to tie your leader off the center three-way. And it's going to basically be about a 4 foot, maybe 3.5 foot.
Yep.
3.5 foot to 4 foot leader. The key is you want this leader to be shorter than your bumper lines in between each three-way. So I don't know how good they can see that.
Yeah.
But if you can see, mine's probably 1.5 foot shorter. I could have gotten away with making it a little bit longer here probably. But out of caution, I always do them a little bit shorter. So all this is tied with, guys, is a bait loop. So it's just a standard bait loop knot. So you can attach your coon shrimp. This is a 1/0 addicted advantage fine wire bait hook. And look at the offset on this hook, guys. You see how offset that thing is as I'm turning it? This thing, if you guys get a chance to buy these hooks or look at these hooks, or please just go get these hooks and use them. That's another thing. I had 2 random guys come up to me on the beach today and tell me that this was they're so stoked that they switched to this hook and they've been landing way more fish with it.
It's the best hook you will use for any of the applications that we use bait for.
We're not just saying it, guys. I'm dead serious. I had 2 random people come up to me today out of nowhere. They just walked up to me on the beach and were telling me about this hook. But one of the things that's cool about this hook, guys, and when Popoff and Cameron designed it, was that offset. but you're not, probably can't see, but it has almost what we call a double offset. So it offsets here on the shank, but then also at the end, because we are using a mustad alpha point, it offsets also at the end. So it's hard to describe.
You can see it right there.
Pretty good. So guys, again, there's no silver frickin' bullet. Like, nothing works perfectly. You're still going to lose fish. It's barbless and it sucks. But you're trying to do your best to find something where you don't lose as many. And the Addicted Advantage fine wire bait hook guys have been money for us, not just for coon shrimp, but for salmon, for all sorts of different applications. So please check them out if you can. Try them. Let us know. Give us your feedback. We'd love to hear it. Now you got your stacker bead. I like to use these stacker beads. Some guys will just use like 4, what size? Like 3 mil, 4 mil?
3 and 4s.
Yeah, 3 or 4 mil beads you can use, but I just like the stacker beads because if you look at that, it really separates the spin glow nicely, in my opinion, and perfect enough away from the bait. Now we have our Yakima bait spin glow. The Yakima bait spin glow, guys, might be one of the greatest lures ever created in the history of lures. I mean, I don't know a fish that doesn't eat it. I don't know a fishery it doesn't work. I don't know anywhere where I've taken a spin glow and not been able to catch a fish on it. So
you can catch everything from a trout to a halibut on them.
They're crazy. They're such a good lure. I just hooked myself. They're such a freaking good lure. This color in particular, guys, is an absolute sockeye slayer. Good luck finding them. You probably won't be able to. But if
he bought them all out.
But if you can find them and you want to catch a lot of sockeye, I would try to find that spin glow. I probably shouldn't even be telling you guys that because now I'm not going to be able to find them. But yeah, that spin glow over the last 10, 12 years of my life has been the most consistent sockeye spin glow on earth. And honestly, also steelhead.
I was just going to say, and steelhead spin glow.
Yep. The only other one I would put above this for steelhead would be the Michael Jackson. And honestly, guys, the Michael Jackson for sockeye as well. I had a few people come up to me today on the beach and tell me that they've been doing extremely well on the Michael Jackson for sockeye. And I think it's because the sockeye don't see it. It's black. And so as they're swimming up the river, they just see that pink coon shrimp or whatever that is and they eat it.
For sure.
You know, they got the
it's contrast.
Exactly. So there you have it. Now, what you have, guys, is you have 5 feet of 50 pound. And so I do 5-foot spreads. It really depends on the area that you're fishing, guys, and the water that you're fishing. So you're going to want to play with this. The 5 foot isn't the golden hammer, but I use 5-foot spreads. And I'll be honest, in a lot of the different areas I've fished, I rarely change it. Jason's seen me change it a couple times on salmon fisheries, but we don't really mess with the steelhead and salmon or sockeye. Like, it seems like if the 5-foot spreads do well. So what you're doing, guys, is you're spreading up your setups.
It makes it to where this spin glow, the first spin glow, has basically no chance of grabbing the second spin glow because your spreader is longer than your actual leader.
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm moving the camera around.
Nope, you're good. Okay, so now, guys, you're going to go down here. If I can get this.
This is a chore.
Bear with me here, guys.
This is one of the worst things about plunking.
Oh, no, dude.
Rod.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes. Dialed.
Okay.
Dialed.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this is one of the craziest things about this setup. Every time I show someone this, they're like, what
dude, why?
Ever living?
Why are you doing that to yourself?
And I will say, guys, there was people on the beach this morning when we were fishing that were literally using one spin glow, straight up, one spin glow on a spreader with a weight, 8-ounce weight, casting it and catching sockeye. So you do not need to use this setup, but you will 10x the amount of fish.
I was going to say, you give yourself 3 times more chance. And where's that? Jonathan Atkinson, what size spin glow? Size 6 spin glow.
Size 6. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So we got 5 foot here, guys. That doesn't look like 5 feet, but I know it is because I measured it.
That's 5 feet.
So 5 foot in between your spreaders down to your next spin glow, guys. And then same thing. You're going to go about 3.5 feet. And you can see a common theme. I have another strawberry spin glow here. This one just has mylar wings. I also use a lot of red, guys. Most of my beads are going to be red. Most of my I put a little bobber stop bead on the top. This is a little trick that I do that'll help some of you guys out there also with weeds. If you throw a little bobber stop bead, just a little teeny bead on the top, even if you could find even a smaller bead than this, it would be nice.
It'll foul that before it fouls the spin glow.
Exactly. The weeds won't, because what will happen is weeds will get down in, that stupid slimy green weed crap will get down in the middle of the spin glow. But when you have that little bead on there, it doesn't allow that to happen. It still does, but it helps. It's just any way you can kind of make yourself a little more efficient and help, it's nice. So that's kind of how I run mine, is like that. So that's your second setup. So running back through it quickly, just so you guys don't lose what we're doing here. You got the first three-way, your spin glow coming off of it, 5 feet to your second three-way, and a spin glow coming off it. And the guy asked about size. I use 99% of the time I use a size 6 spin glow, but I know a lot of guys that do extremely well on a size 8. So a lot of these sockeye are small guys. Some of these things coming in are looking like kokanee. So downsizing and using smaller spin glows isn't a bad thing. Just make sure that if you do that and you use a size 8 spin glow, make sure you use teeny coon shrimp, or else your stuff will just sink right to the bottom and it'll be over. So now from that,
you want to whiteboard this, or you think this is good?
This is good.
Okay.
They can go look at the YouTube video.
Okay.
Now you go another 5 feet, guys. Another 5 foot strand to your last three-way. And another spin glow. Rigged exactly the same way. And would you look at that? It's the exact same color.
And then you're going to attach your weight to the other end of the three-way.
So now this is where your weight dropper goes. And so there's a few things we do. We like to use rocks because we like the fish to break the rock off, and then you can fight the fish with no weight. A lot of guys in this sockeye fishery, and almost everyone I saw fishing on the bank, we were the only ones using rocks. 90% of the dudes are using 10, 12-ounce pyramid weights and still running the setup out there because you have 3 spin glows, but using lead instead of a rock. You can absolutely do that, but what I will tell you is when you fight those sockeye, when you get them into those last 10 feet of the beach and that 10 or 12-ounce lead is just dragging in the sand, you're going to lose a lot of fish.
Lose tension on the fish. You're pulling on the weight.
You're going to lose a lot of fish. But I saw a lot landed today too, guys, so it's just kind of preference. Do what works for you. We like the rock method. Today we were tying so many rocks and getting so many bites, I was starting to think to myself, why the hell are we using rocks? I'm going to go to lead. So I might try lead tomorrow. I don't know. But I can tell you that I like fighting the fish with no lead. It's a better fight. It's a more fun fight, and you lose less fish. So,
agreed. Better hook the land for sure.
So now, guys, on your droppers. This is where you have to play, guys. So you can use anything from like a waist-high dropper that would be like, 2.5, 3 feet. Sometimes, guys, we're literally using 7-foot droppers. One thing that I know about sockeye, and one of the things that I've learned about them over the years, is say you're on a beach or say you're somewhere fishing and there's a bunch of people fishing too with you, and a lot of the guys are catching fish and you're not. Start messing with the droppers. Increase them, make them smaller, make them bigger. You understand where you're at in the water column. These sockeye love to run suspended. You'd be surprised how many times I cannot count how many times I've had a 6-foot dropper and then still caught the sockeye on the top spin glow. So that thing was freaking
21 feet off the bottom.
Literally 20 feet off the bottom.
Yeah.
So they love riding high in the water column. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a water temperature thing. I don't know if it's a current thing. I don't know why they're doing it, but they love suspended even on an ebb tide. So play with your droppers, find different things. It's interesting because today we literally caught them on droppers that were like knee high, and we caught 2 on droppers that were like 8 feet. So today there was no freaking rhyme or reason. We couldn't pin them in. We couldn't dial them in. But there's days where you have to dial them in. And when you do, you'll murder them.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah. So now we'll talk about shrimp, guys. There's just so many different manufacturers of coon shrimp, guys. Today, when I was on the beach, I had my kill bag. I had, a few jars of the addicted coon shrimp that's made by Millennial. I had a jar of Washingtons. I had a jar of Coe's coons. I had a jar of limited coons. I had a jar of Columbia Basin coons. And there's one thing that you have to learn about this fishing, whether it's for steelhead or sockeye in the Columbia River. There is no magic bullet when it comes to coon shrimp. There's some days when they want to eat a Washington coon shrimp, and if you don't have a Washington coon shrimp on, you're eating popcorn. And there's some days where if you don't have a millennial coon shrimp on, you're eating popcorn. And vice versa for every brand of coon shrimp. So find the ones that you can get easy access to, that you think work well for you, and try to use just a few different kinds. Like never go to the beach, guys, or to the bank with just one kind of coon shrimp. I promise you it'll be the last time you ever do it, because I've done it before, and I used to be like, I ain't fishing anything but millennial, because I love Bill Revis, and Bill Revis is one of my friends, and he does millennial coon shrimp. But what's going on?
Nothing. There was a question that somebody highlighted, and I could not find it. But sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, just guys, there's no magic bullet when it comes to coon shrimp. Use whatever you want. They all work. In my opinion, what's more important is scent. And one thing that you're going to notice about these sockeye as they're coming up the rivers, they love sweet stuff. They love anise. They love, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to put you guys on some game. They love vanilla. They love honey. They love agave nectar. So anything that you can think of that's sweet, Jason's all pissed off that I just told you.
Bro, there's some juice.
Anything that you can think of that might be something sweet, I don't know what it is, but they really key into it. And I know there's some scent manufacturers. Procure makes a lot of like sweet-based scents. You know, you can get Anise Plus. You can get, what's a couple of their other like sweet bases?
Anise Bloody Tuna.
Anise Bloody Tuna. Like anything that has anise in it is going to work for sockeye for sure.
Yeah.
There's some other scent companies out there. I'm not going to mention them because I don't want to tell you who they are, but there's some other scent companies out there that also make some very sweet-based scents. So just get sweet stuff. Try to put some sweet stuff on your coon shrimp. Never take a jar of coon shrimp. Cardinal mistake people do. They grab a jar of coon shrimp, then they take their Procure oils or whatever, and they go, and they just squirt 4 different things inside the jar. And then 3 days later, they're wondering why these millennial coon shrimp freaking suck. They're all soft and they fall off my hooks good and they're not good. It's not the millennial coon shrimp. It's the fact that you just put a bunch of weird oils and stuff in there that just soften the coon shrimp. So what I normally do, guys, is I will take like little Ziploc bags and just put oil in the Ziploc with my coon shrimp and scent them that way. Or a lot of times we just have the coon shrimp on the rod. We just literally take the hook and just lather some stuff on the coon shrimp.
Another little trick for you guys is if you buy the mulch and you go through the jar of mulch, save those little things, and then you can have those jars.
Good call.
For sending coon shrimp.
Or even your coon shrimp jars, any of those jars.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. I don't save any of those. That's a good idea. See, you learn something every day, guys. Got to keep learning. Okay, now everyone's wondering, squid oil. Jason, I wasn't going to talk about it, but you commented it, so we'll just talk about it, dude. Squid works really, really, really freaking good, guys. And let me give you a little secret. Another little secret. Clint's like, man, you're giving away a lot today. Oh, babe, I love you. Thank you for the 99-cent super chat. Love you. It's my wife, guys.
I don't know why she's super chatty.
What was I going to just say?
I don't know. It's something secret. I'm almost glad you forgot it.
Yeah, I forgot it, so now it's over. I can't tell you guys.
Story's over.
You were talking about squid something or other. You're talking about squid scent or something.
Dude, my ADD is so gnarly bad today. Like, what's going on?
I don't know. You're on fire today, though. We should probably wrap this up.
Yeah, I know. It's almost freaking 8. Oh my gosh, it's almost 9 o'clock.
Yeah, dude.
Me and Jason were trying to fish tomorrow. Damn it, dude. What was I going to tell these people? Because I want them to know.
I don't know. You were talking about squid scent. We were talking about secrets. Coon shrimp. I don't know, dude.
Whatever. Sorry, guys. I forgot it. I was going to put you on game, and now I forgot. But it is what it is. That sucks. I really did forget, for real. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, Garrett. I literally forgot. I don't know. My brain sucks right now. It's had a lot going on lately. Now we need to talk about getting this out. So a lot of people are sitting here wondering, like, how do you get this monstrosity out into the river? So we use anything from kayaks to rafts. I've seen dudes use paddle boards. I've seen guys use their big boats. I've seen guys use smoker crafts. I've seen guys use drift boats. I've seen guys use the power drifters. Like literally, if you have any sort of floating device that you can take your setup out with and drop, use it. Just make sure it's safe. That's it. Just make sure it's safe. And that's what you have to do, is just make sure you're in something safe. Kayak is the best.
Most accurate. You can be the most accurate with your drops on your numbers and dialing in that traveling.
And kayaks are easy. They're light. A couple guys can carry them. A lot of times what we do, guys, is we load all of our stuff in the kayak and then we just carry it down with everything inside the kayak.
Yeah.
A lot of people have those little kayak wheels where you could just wheel the kayak down and make it super easy. So kayaks are the best thing. So what you have to do, essentially, guys, is you're going to tie your weight or your rock in. You're going to give the guy who's in the kayak the setup, and then he's going to run it out there. Literally, he's taking it out there just like you'd be casting, and then he's going to drop it where you tell him to drop it. And that's how we do it. That's how we get the setup out there, and that's how you can fish 3 spin glows on one rod with 5-foot spreads in between it, because we're running it out with a kayak. And so the best thing to probably do, what happened?
Scroll to the bottom, you'll see.
The best thing to probably do, guys. God, you guys just keep making me lose my train of thought when I'm like just on a roll.
Clint, you gotta stop laughing. You're making me laugh, bro. Dude, you started laughing.
The best thing to probably do, guys, with the running of the setup out and seeing how we do it, is go on YouTube and pull up that Sockeye video that me and Charles made. Because Charles did an extremely good job. You guys know our buddy Charles. He's guiding now Bonk 'em All Adventures. He did a crazy good job doing that tutorial. So we go over all this, how to run it out there, how to load your rod up, all the different nuances that come with fishing this fishery. So, yeah. And the thing that sucks, and the thing that we did need to talk about that I forgot, you can only kill 1 sockeye this year, guys. It's a 1 fish limit. And they threw some stupid rule in here. Almost feels like entrapment a little bit, because they've never had this kind of rule before,
and they never came out with it.
And it kind of doesn't make any sense. But if you're fishing in the river and you catch a hatchery steelhead and you bonk it, you're done. It doesn't matter if you have caught your sockeye yet or not. You have to be done fishing. If you have retained a hatchery steelhead, the law reads clear as day. The second you retain 1 adult hatchery steelhead, you cannot fish at all anymore. You can't fish for sockeye. You cannot fish. What's weird to me is, but you can kill a sockeye and then still fish for a hatchery steelhead?
See, that is usually backwards, because usually you can kill your...
We reread it today.
No, but usually you can kill your food fish and then keep fishing for your game fish. So they're treating the steelhead as a food fish now. Because steelhead is a game fish.
Cole is the pro line runner. No, you're right. So I don't know what they're doing. I think probably what it is they don't want us fishing on a bunch of steelhead that the runs are probably like suck.
Right.
Like we're not going to have very many fish, just like we never do, because they let the birds upriver eat all of our freaking fish, and they don't plan enough, and so we never have enough. Mm-hmm. So they're probably going to close it on us on July 31st, like they always do, or whatever that
100%,
is. July, the end of July.
July 31st.
So anyway, so yeah. That's what I would do, folks.
Killer setup, killer way to really dial in and find these fish, because they are super tasty. We just did a little catch and cook downstairs, and the sockeye was, in my opinion, better than the Springer.
It was amazing. Yeah, new video coming soon, guys. We caught a Jack Chinook, which you can also retain right now, which is kind of cool. We caught a Jack Chinook, so we kept that, and then we had a couple sockeye, released a wild steelhead and stuff. But we did a little video we got coming soon of a sockeye. I keep looking that way, thinking should be looking at that camera. But yeah, video coming soon, guys. You guys will see it soon in the future. I just remembered my other secret that I was going to tell you guys, because he was talking about squid. It's not the only thing in there, but one of the things that's in the Addicted Steelhead Blend, guys, is squid. So if you've done extremely well with Addicted Steelhead Blend, or if you've caught a lot of fish on the river, including sockeye, with Addicted Steelhead Blend, that's why, because it has squid in it. That's just one of the ingredients. So I think we're pretty much wrapped up here, right?
That dials it in.
I feel like
You can definitely go back through and watch the segment of this live feed where we go through the rod and explain some of the fishery, to where if you have the gear or you have the means to go get the gear, you can definitely go find them.
Yeah, I would like to get up there, Lucas, and do that fishery. It looks fun. Looks like a lot of fun.
Dude, that does sound like a ton of fun.
Yeah, 𝗛𝗚 construction. You are 100% right. I'm literally operating on like 2.5 hours right now.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm like, because I feel like I'm in that point where I've like hit that second wind.
You got the second
where my
wind,
body,
dude.
it wants to rock, but my brain is over it. Like, so yeah. I'll give you guys, it's 8:50 right now. Why don't we fire in like a few questions? Because I saw a couple. I'll just do a couple here. Top 2 cents to take with you for sockeye, guys. I'm definitely going to have anise plus or pure anise that you see right here. This also works ridiculous for sockeye.
1 drop. That's all you need.
Yeah, you don't need a lot. So another thing that I've heard has been working well, guys, is this 𝗛𝗘𝗟𝗣 gel and 𝗛𝗘𝗟 sauce from Millennial. I haven't personally tried it myself on sockeye, but I know the guys have been telling me it works extremely well. But if it was me, I'm going to have something anise, and then I'm probably going to have something squid. Those are going to definitely be my top 2 cents. If I was going to go buy some Procure scents, I would do that. And guys, buy Procure. Like, I know there's other scents out there that work, and I know there's some stuff that people have that are popular, but the thing about Procure, guys, is everything's real. They're one of the only, if not the only, company that uses 100% real stuff. So when you're fishing squid, you are fishing ground up squid. And that's how I understand it. All the other companies use artificial. They're not using real bait. But I could be wrong. There might be some companies that are using real, but Procure I know for sure does, because I've been to their factory and it stinks like crap. There's just giant, like,
wads of bait.
There's bins, these giant bins everywhere, just spinning, like grinding things up.
Ugh.
It's crazy. Yeah. I think that's it.
I'd say we're pretty dialed, man.
You want to do drop stuff or save that for another?
I have to do it. The drop's Sunday. I'm sorry, Clint. I want to go home, but I got to do it really quick. I'll rip through it fast.
You can jam through it.
You want to do that, and then we'll do the giveaway at the very end?
A&W construction, I wouldn't use sandbags. I absolutely freaking hate them. I feel like they fail all the time.
They don't come free.
They don't come free. You lose fish on them. I've tried them. Kite string, absolutely. We use a lot of kite string, guys. We use a lot of hemp. We found that hemp works better than kite string, a little bit stronger. You can buy hemp in like 20-pound, like a 20-pound tightness. So we use a lot of hemp. Toughline had a biodegradable monofilament that was epic. We were using it for years. Unfortunately, they freaking discontinued it because no one cares. As much as fishermen love fish and love the environment, we just don't care about biodegradable stuff. And companies have proven it over and over again. When they do things that are biodegradable, we don't buy it. So Toughline launched a biodegradable mono, and I have a bunch of it, and we've still used a bunch of it, but it's discontinued, so you can't get it anymore. But kite string and hemp is great. But any sort of rope or string that you can use that is not going to hurt the river.
That can be wrapped around the rock.
Yeah, my buddy Dave was telling us that there's a lot of that stuff in the electricals trade that you can use that's strong. So he was going to try to get me some stuff.
Gotcha.
In like electrician's trade. So, all right, let's call this good and go back to the desk.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll get we'll rip through this merch drop.
Want me to carry it in there?
Here, let's just set this.
And guys,
over
I
here
am going to
for
go
now.
through the whole merch drop. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, I've told you guys a million times. You guys hear it in videos. You hear it. We love you guys. Truly. Like the fans and the followers and all you guys that, and I hate even calling you that. I hate calling you like fans or followers. It just sucks because I don't really know what to call you guys. But supporters or, whatever the word is that is comfortable for you guys. But it's Addicted would be nothing without you guys. So we appreciate everyone that tunes in every single Wednesday, watches our videos, learns from us, supports us, comments, shares, all that stuff is what has, allowed me and everyone else that is in this brand to do what we love and give you guys what you love. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. But if you're sitting here thinking like, yeah, I don't have time to sit here and listen to the merch drop, you don't have to stick around, but I highly recommend you do. This thing, I'm going to have to show you how I do it, Jason.
Yeah, I was just going to
Because now that I'm doing it like an exact, all my numbers are tied exact how I like them. There's like a specific way to do it that's like perfect.
Nice. The triple wobblers, I almost think are easier.
Okay, guys. So, family. I like it. Sharon says, we're all family. Addicted family. I like that much better.
Yeah.
You guys are my freaking family. I feel like I know every single one of you. The thing that's so fun to me is like meeting you guys at the bashes too and being like, oh, I watch your live feed all the time and like putting faces to names.
It's
or, like,
really cool.
On videos or comments and stuff. So we appreciate you guys. Okay. Guys, there's so much apparel.
A metric ton.
I'm not going to show it all, guys. I'll just grab a couple pieces here and show you. Maybe I can grab a couple of my favorites and show you some of those because we did some very sick sun shirts this year. I'm going to show both of them.
Yeah, super stoked on those.
3 of them.
Yeah.
You want to open those and pull them out?
Yeah.
Are all these samples in large?
I don't know. I don't know what they sent us.
Can we?
So guys, every year during the summer drop, we always drop some board shorts or some swim trunks for you guys. They always sell out really, really fast because we don't do a lot of them. But this year, guys, we put our badge logo on the side. It's pretty sick. It's basically a salmon and steelhead kind of crossing each other. Sick logo. We're starting to incorporate this into a lot of the stuff that we do. It's basically called our badge logo. But yeah, black camo, freaking dope. So we got a few different styles of board shorts. But by far, guys, these are probably some of my favorite things just because the design is so sick. Wait till you guys see this design. Pull that merch drop thing down. Boom.
Dude, that
Look at that fish. Why am I like struggling here? Look at that fish, guys. I am like beyond freaking pumped with this thing. The guy who drew this is actually in South Africa. We found this badass artist in South Africa who's been drawing stuff for us. And yeah, I'm beyond freaking stoked with this. So really sick, kind of like water pattern on the sleeves. You know, we made it lighter color, guys, because the reality is no one wants to wear a black shirt when it's 100 freaking degrees out.
No.
So now we got kind of like a gray camo theme with the Fish Mountain. You guys love the Fish Mountain design. Everyone's always loved it. So again, these are all UPFs, guys. So these are all sun protective shirts. You can wear them. You can rock them. They're going to protect you in the sun. And then we did a blue version too, which I also like just because we don't do a lot of blue stuff. And so I told Robbie, I'm like, there's probably a lot of guys out there that like blue and we never do blue. So we incorporated some blue into this one. I like the blue camo. I think it turned out sick.
Agreed.
We did some new windbreakers, guys. We did some quarter zips.
You like too?
We did which this one's freaking dope. Army green quarter zip. You can see, why am I struggling with this camera, dude? It's just making me, there you go. So you can see, guys, we got just Addicted clean on the front. And then on the back, we put the flag badge. Which turned out pretty dope. And these are these windbreakers, guys, if you don't own any of our windbreakers, we've done a lot of these over the years. We have this quarter zip in the drop, then we also have a full zip. These are so nice, guys. Like literally, ask these guys. I wear our windbreakers all the time. They're so nice. They're super nice on those mornings where it's like, all right, you know it's going to be hot today, but it's a little chilly in the morning, so I'm going to throw my windbreaker on. So water resistant. They're not waterproof or anything, but they are windproof, water resistant, lightweight, not too hot. You'll like them, guys. Quality. One thing that we've tried to do with Addicted over the years, guys, is, you know, a lot of fishing brands, a lot of apparel brands, you know, they're more about volume. They're more about, you know, getting out shirts that they can sell for cheap. That's not us. We want to have high quality apparel, high quality prints, high quality everything. So when you guys buy it, you guys know that you're getting quality. So this one might be my second favorite in the drop behind that UPF shirt that I showed you. Again, I love this badge logo. I just think it's sick. I love the two fish crossing, and I love the orange and yellow kind of like scheme.
Is that a black camo?
Yeah, and it's a black camo windbreaker, which you can't really see because the lighting sucks. But But yeah, we got the badge huge on the back too.
Freaking OG Toyota.
Yeah. So pretty sick. Pretty freaking sick. We could show maybe like 1 or 2 t-shirts and then call it good. Let's look at this one. Yeah, that one.
That's a sick one. So is this. I like that. Simple.
This one's probably one of my favorite. Guys, we got the I'd rather be trolling. It says on the front. Dude, I am struggle busting it today. We got I'd rather be trolling on the front. And then on the back, guys, we got the 360 flasher with the Addicted logo. I'll be rocking this a bunch during the 360 fishery for sure. What was this one?
Simple.
Oh, this one's dope, guys.
Oh, that's not the one.
We got the Addicted on here in kind of like a greenish yellow hook, and then on the back, baby, bobber down. Turned out pretty dope. You wanted to show this one.
Yeah.
So this is one of Jason's favorite guys. Over the years, we have a lot of military supporters, and shout out to all the military out there. We are huge supporters of the military. They are the reason that we live in a free country and we're able to do what we do because of all you guys out there that are in the military supporting and fighting and risking your lives for us. So we always get like, hey, can you guys do some like military themed stuff? We get messages like that all the time. And I try to tread lightly with it because I'm not in the military and I don't really want to like be making stuff that I don't know about. But usually I work with dudes. This is a sick one that we designed. Again, it doesn't have anything to do with the military, but more of kind of military themed. It's a military green color. It's got the sick American eagle on it with the star and the Addicted logo. I just think the whole thing, the way it turned out, is just clean.
American flag on the sleeve too.
Oh yeah. And we dropped the good old USA flag on the sleeve. Shout out America. The greatest country in the freaking world, baby. If you think otherwise, move out. We also did that we always do for summer, and people are always asking for them because we never have enough of them. Tank tops.
Nice.
We made Colt model these, so it's going to be funny, guys. He's going to have his farmer tan. So you guys will see pictures of Colt.
That's going to be so bad.
So here, you guys, we got the tank top here. It's got that same sick fish design that I absolutely love. There's nothing on the back. Very subtle. You know, one of the things we're really trying to do as we continue to develop the Addicted brand, guys, and make more apparel for you guys is, you know, we all love Addicted. We all rock Addicted. We wear Addicted. But I also like stuff that doesn't have Addicted or giant Addicted. Like, I wear both. But I recognize the fact that there's a lot of dudes out there that don't want to have a huge billboard of Addicted on the front. So I've been trying to make a lot of stuff for you guys out there too who want to support the brand, but don't necessarily want a giant freaking Addicted logo on your thing. So that's why we did the Fish Mountain design without Addicted, which you can't see because of the sun. But yeah, I know a lot of you guys like that.
I think you need pop-off in that tank top.
You got to show this one.
We're bringing out more. Jason wants to show more shirts. Here's another one, guys. The badge flag. Camo printed flag. Sick. And guys, these are all printed on, some of you may be familiar with this, some of you maybe not. I understand it because I was in the apparel industry for literally 15 years. This is what's called a next level 6210. And I shouldn't even be telling you that because now people are going to copy the shirt that I use. But this is a next level 6210, guys. It is a polyester cotton blend. Very soft feeling to the touch. Feels great on your skin. Will shrink a little bit, but it's not going to shrink bad. And it's not going to do what a lot of shirts do. Like, a lot of shirts will shrink up and out and basically become like a square. You'll see that on a lot of brands like Gildan and Hanes and Beefy T and a lot of the like kind of boxy style shirts, what you would call them. This one ain't going to do that. It's going to shrink because yes, it does have some cotton in there, but it ain't going to shrink that much. So,
dude, you got to, I'm kidding.
Oh my God. Are we good on apparel?
Yeah, dude. That one's pretty sick too. It's super simple, subtle.
It's just light colored. I wanted to show some of the light colored stuff. Oh God.
Yeah.
This one's one of my favorite. I'm glad I pulled it out. So guys, we got the Addicted kind of subtle on the front. This looks like almost like it's white, but it's not, guys. It's kind of like a light sand color almost. It's hard because our lighting in the studio sucks. I apologize, guys, but look at the back of this thing. That's right, baby. Free to fish since 1776. So, and it's got ADX down here too, guys. ADX established 2009 down on the bottom. So we tried to do a lot of like American flag stuff because we know the drop's so close to the 4th of July. So we wanted to do some of that stuff for you guys. Cool. And there is some hoodies too, guys. I'm not going to pull them out, but we do have some very high quality 100% polyester, more like lightweight hoodies. These aren't your like 10-ounce heavy ones that we do in the wintertime. These are lightweight, made for those early cold summer mornings. There's a few of them that we've done, but this is our free to fish in 1776 one, but there's a bunch of them that you guys can see. So,
gear.
Yeah. So guys, we didn't, on this drop, I didn't go like crazy with the gear. I did some stuff, but I didn't go crazy with it because I went crazy on a couple of small projects that I'm going to show you guys. So we'll start first with some of the flashers. So huge shout out to Short Buzz Flashers. He's always making sick stuff for us. We had to bring this one back. This is something that people are constantly begging us for. So we brought it back. You can see this is basically like a dipped green chrome, super, super reflective. And then it's got the UV reflective dots basically all over it. When I 360 fish in the fall, I pretty much always have at least 2 of these on, like almost always. Like I love this flasher. It always catches me a lot of fish. And I just feel like there's something with this chartreusey, greeny, antifreeze looking flash out there that just brings them in.
Gets them.
Brings them in. It's not better than chrome, and I wouldn't lie to you and say that it is, but it's something a little different, and it does work, and I've catch a lot of fish on it.
Last year, my green one was better than my chrome.
Yeah, see, and sometimes, you know, so you can get different opinions.
Like it was a custom, but.
Yeah. Oh, that custom. We need to do that one. So another flasher, guys. I had my buddy Charles asking me. I have dudes emailing me from the coast. All these people are like, can you please just bring this flasher back? So we brought the flasher back.
Dude, Great Lakes, too.
Yep. So we brought this flasher back, guys. One of our most popular flashers we ever sold. It's absolutely sick. It's got plenty of flash. It's mirror on the back, so you're going to get all the... Look at how mirror that is. I mean, it's literally a freaking mirror.
Don't put me in there.
But yeah, this is one of the most consistent, best flashers, guys. So many people have messaged me on these. Like, to the point where I almost told JT, like, I might want to make this like a staple on my website that I just keep in stock. Because, like, it sounds like it's just, for so many anglers out there, it's been such a good flasher for them. Consistent for them. And so, yeah, we did the green and the chartreuse. Both mirror chrome on the back. These were both designed by Mr. Nick Popoff, guys. You know, fished with him for a little over a year and then put into production, and then you guys bought them all out, and then we dropped them at the Sportsman Show, and then you bought them out again, and so we're dropping them again.
Boom.
There you have it. Okay, so on lures, guys, we did some spinner boxes again with North Fork Lures. So we have, go to side cam. We did the Steel Surge spinner kit, guys. I'm really stoked with how these turned out. You're going to get your little box. You're going to get 1 extra addicted open eye Siwash hook just in case you need an extra hook. And then you're going to get your 3 basically size 4, maybe a little bit smaller than a size 4 steelhead spinners. So this one's sick. You can see how we kind of went with like a cotton candy look. It's got a pink back on the blade. It's got just a little blue tip. And then every single one of our spinners, guys, are going to have an addicted... I mean, not an addicted. They're going to have a must-add Siwash hook on there because, in my opinion, it's just the best Siwash hook that there is. We got the silver on the front on this one. This one, we should have called this one Captain America, dude. Blue back. A little bit of a pink butt there on the end. The colors, guys, are not going to do justice in our lighting, so just keep that in mind. And then for more of that low, clear water fishing.
Yes, sir.
You got your copper blade with your gold body, black on the back. This one is...
That is filthy.
Dude. It's going to be a slave.
That's sick.
So you can get the kit. Guys, you can get the kit by like this and get all 3 spinners plus an extra hook plus a nice little box. Not the most quality, crazy box in the world, but it's a nice little box. Nothing crazy. And you can either buy it like that or you can buy them separately. We're going to have them for sale also separate. Then we have the Trout Tracker kit. Our trout spinners, guys, that we do with North Fork Lures have been doing so well. Like, you guys love, you know, clearly we have a lot of trout fishermen out there that follow us. And so we continue to make really cool trout lures. and there's so many different trout spinners out there on the market that a lot of times me and Dominic from North Fork are just trying to be extremely different. And so we're trying to come up with stuff that we know catches fish, that we've tested, but different. So, one of the things we were talking about in the podcast and the live feed with Bobby Loomis is beads are completely overlooked when it comes to spinners. And so especially on the trout spinners, when a trout's following that and he sees the shine of that blade and then all of a sudden he sees like a round bead looking thing, I think something just triggers them, dude, in their head. Like, that's an egg or that's something, Like, so we did that on all the spinners. I love all three of the colors. I think all of them are going to absolutely just catch trout. So pretty freaking stoked with the trout drop. And same, guys, you'll be able to either get these in the Trout Tracker box like this, or you can buy the spinners separately. So now we can go off side cam. And last but not least, guys, is the project. So you can see, guys, normally I have like, here's 9 plugs and 14 different spinners and beads and worms and all this different stuff in the drop. And I didn't do that this time, guys, because of this project that has essentially taken me about 1.5 years. I've been working on this, and I'm excited to finally drop it. But you don't get to know what it is yet, because I got to tell you something else first. The mystery maglet boxes are back, folks. You can go to side cam again. So you guys literally the last couple times have literally bought these out of existence in probably minutes. Like, it hasn't taken long for you guys to sell out the Maglip mystery boxes. And I'll explain to you what these are, guys. So inside this box, you are going to get 2 custom Y code maglips. And if you do not know what a maglip or Y code maglip is, what that basically means is someone along the way, whether it was Sportco, whether it was Addicted, whether it was, Hooked on Toys, or even just a random angler like Jason Harmson called Yakima Bait and made a custom maglip. Now, to make a custom maglip, you have to make a minimum of 250 maglips, I think is what it is. It might even be more than that. Don't quote me.
Okay, yeah.
I can't remember.
I can't either. I know it's 600 spin glows, but I don't know about maglips.
I don't know how many it is, guys, but it's a lot. You have to order a lot. It turns into thousands of dollars. So guys that order these, well, what happens is a lot of times Yakima Bait ends up with Y code for some reason, like extra inventory. So I called Jared from Yakima Bait, good buddy of ours. We love Mr. Jared Higginbotham, and said, hey, do you have any like Y code custom maglips like sitting around the shop or sitting around the warehouse? He's like, I don't know, let me check. He called me back. He said, yep, I have this many. I said, I'll buy every single one of them from you. So what I did was I bought every single custom Y code maglip in existence at Yakima Bait, and I put them into mystery boxes. You have no clue what you're going to get in here, guys. You could get a 3.0, you could get a 3.5, you could get a 4.0, you could get a 4.5. You're going to get 2 plugs. They're going to include the 2 custom Y code plugs. It's going to include a limited edition Addicted sticker that you can only get in this box. It's also going to include a sticker from Yakima Bait. But even better than that, there's going to be hidden prizes in these boxes, guys. And you guys know this from the previous drops. You can win fishing trips. You can win Addicted backpacks. You can win, seasoning and sauce package. You can win an array of stuff. $250 gift cards to the website. Like, the checklist for the prizes will be on the product page when you go to purchase it. So you'll be able to see what's in there, guys. But there'll be a limited number of prizes. There'll be a limited number of boxes. You guys, the last time we dropped these mystery box custom Y code maglips, they sold out on the website in 6 minutes. So get on the website, make sure you're on the website at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and be ready to buy these boxes, because they're not going to last. I promise you. And please don't be mad at me when they sell out and send me hate mail because you're mad. Like, I'm warning you. Get on the website. What a lot of guys do, it's crazy. I see guys literally get on there, and I think Clint even does this, because as much as you guys think we are gatekeepers and we give all the plugs to Clint and all the other people, we don't. We make this a fair playing field for everyone, including the people at Addicted. And so what Clint does sometimes is he literally gets on there, adds his custom plugs or whatever he's going to buy from the drop to the cart, checks out, then goes back and like scrolls the drop and goes, oh yeah, that looks cool. I'm going to buy that too. And then adds, and then does another order, and obviously Clint gets a discount and we hook him up and stuff. But But, you know, he wants the stuff just as much as all of us want the stuff. And, you know, we don't favor people. I promise you guys, we don't favor people. As much as Clint wants me to favor him, we don't. So
true statements. I missed out because my credit card got declined one time, and I missed the custom plugs.
And I had to give him one of mine.
Yep.
Clint, because Clint's collecting all of our custom plugs, guys, and I know there's a lot of guys that collect them, the limited ones that we've had painted. So, yeah. So, yeah, we have the 2 code one, guys, and we're also going to have the 1. So we're also going to have it as 1 custom Y code if you want to spend a little bit less money and you just want to do 1. So this box obviously isn't saran wrapped yet, so we can open it and you can get a sneak peek at which custom Y code's in here. Ooh.
Me likey.
Likey.
That will kill a salmon.
Look at the custom addicted salmon.
Nice, I like it.
It's like a steelhead, dude.
Yep.
Let's see what the name of this one is. Cliffhanger, baby. Cliffhanger. So yeah, that gives you an idea of what's in there, guys, what you can get. A lot of these mag lips are insane. Like, Jared literally told me that some of the mag lips that I got, like, some of the mag lips that we got, like, there's only literally like a couple hundred of them in existence, like in history of mag lip. So
that's pretty sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. So you could have a chance at getting some really limited like stuff that's not even going to be something you want to fish. It's going to be something you want to keep forever.
Yeah, collectors.
So, now, guys. Oh, I forgot about this. It's a pink year, guys. It's a pink fishery year. So we said, you know what? We're just going to make you guys some pink jigs. We know there's a lot of guys up north that like to fish for pinks. Sometimes the pink jigs are really hard to find because they sell out quick. And so we also partnered with North Fork Lures. Dominic over there made us a bunch of pink jigs for you guys. So I think there'll be 200 or something pink jigs on the website. So if you're getting into the pink fishery this year, you're going to go up there and fish. We're going to have some pink jigs as well on the website. So, all right, guys, drum roll.
Whoa, what is this?
So, guys, this is something that I've been working on for a long time. And a couple of you may have already heard about this because I've sneak peeked it out in a couple videos already. But I'm a huge sports card collector. I love sports cards. I love sports memorabilia. Go to Sidecam. Look back here. Look back behind Clint. Adjust that camera, Clint, if you can. You can't really see, guys, but back there is a picture of Floyd Mayweather that's autographed. There's a picture of Kobe Bryant that's autographed. There's a picture of Shaquille O'Neal that's autographed. I am a big sports card collector. You can come back to us now. I love sports cards. I love the hunt. I love looking for them. I love trying to get things. It's, you know, maybe it's my freaking degenerative gambling addiction that I have. I don't know. But I love sports cards. And so I'm launching something that I've never seen in the fishing industry, not in the bass world, not anywhere. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone may have done it. I just didn't see it. But I've basically taken 2 worlds and mixed and mashed them. I've taken custom limited edition fishing lures and mixed it with the sports card world. So introducing what we are calling the Lure Vault. So what this is, guys, go to Sidecam. The Lure Vault are limited drop boxes of custom limited edition lures that we had painted. This first edition that we did, guys, is Hanford Reach Outdoors and Oz Customs. We will be working with lots of other painters in the future to roll out other editions of the Lure Vault. But the first edition is Hanford Reach Outdoors and Oz Customs. Now, within the Lure Vault, guys, you are going to get on the website and you are going to purchase a Lure Vault box. Now, this is where it gets fun. Within the box, you might pull a 1-of-1 plug. Insanely custom, painted, 1-of-1. There is only one in existence, numbered on the plug, painted, hand-painted, airbrushed by either Oz or Hanford Reach.
The lights is really...
Face it, yeah. Or you might get a 1-of-5, or you might get a 1-of-3, or you might get a 1-of-10, or you might get a 1-of-50, or you might get a 1-of-100. So the idea is There's not a 1 of 100 because I didn't do 100. I kept these extremely limited, guys. I think the Hanford Reach ones only has 70 lure vault boxes, and I think the Oz Customs has 100. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what my numbers are. Everyone's asking me what the pricing is, and I don't know yet, guys. Literally, guys, when I price our drops, it's so funny because you guys would just laugh. When I price the drops, a lot of times I do it like the day before the drop. And what I do is I get in there, I look at our margins, I look at what we purchased everything for to put the product together. I put in what I think is a fair margin to where we're going to make money and you guys aren't getting gouged, and then I set the price. So that's kind of what I've always done with the pricing. So I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Okay, it gets better, guys. Yes, 100% Barbie in Oregon, they catch fish. A lot of these drops, I'm going to sneak peek a couple of the lures out to you. We're not going to show you all of them, but we are going to sneak peek a couple of them. But within the box, this is going to sound like an infomercial because I'm going to keep being like, and there's more, and there's more. So with the box, what I also did, guys, is created limited edition trading cards that pair with the lure. So if you pull the 1 of 50 Oz Custom KF14 killer fish, you are also going to get with the plug a trading card that is limited, that is numbered, that is signed by me, that will serve as your certificate of authenticity. And, you know, as we continue to develop this platform, like, we're going to get sick with it, guys. I mean, we're going to do some crazy trading cards. I have, my brain is going rampant right now of all the different things that I want to tell you guys that I'm going to do with this, but I can't yet because I want to just sneak it out as it happens. And as you guys know, this fishing industry is absolutely terrible at copying things. And so I know for a fact the second I launch this, that there's going to be copycats that are following behind me like immediately. So it's going to suck, but I'm trying to make it so they can't. And there's some things in place where I think they're not going to be able to. But so you're going to get the trading card, guys, and I'm so stoked with the trading card. So what the trading card is going to look like is you're going to have a badass trading card on the front. If you watch the most recent video that we put out on Tuesday, if you go to our YouTube video and you watch the most recent video that we put out on Tuesday, you can get a little sneak peek of what the trading cards look like. Just as the same as the plugs. Yeah. Trust me, Weed Hopper. When I talk about the ideas that I want to launch, that's one of them. So get ready. When we talk about the trading cards, guys, they're going to be, what I'm trying to do is literally create something that you guys can be excited about collecting. And, you know, all of us, including myself, are insanely passionate about fishing. We're insanely passionate about the Pacific Northwest. We're insanely passionate about everything that we do out here, from salmon to steelhead to trout to lures to everything, right? And what I'm trying to do is create something that's new and different and that's never been done, and hopefully open up a whole new market that can get you excited about collecting these lures and collecting these trading cards, and get your kids excited, because all of us know that kids love this stuff. They absolutely love it.
I love sports cards.
Kids, you know, they go wild over it. When we did the mystery boxes, guys, at the Sportsman Show, the kids went wild over it. And I thought to myself, you know what? It's one of my biggest agendas in life to get more and more kids excited about fishing. And to me, this is a way to do it.
For sure.
Because this is molding two worlds that kids already love and bringing it into fishing. And so, no tag ends card. So yeah, guys, you're going to get the custom lure. You're going to get 2 limited edition stickers that will be in the box with the custom lure. You're going to get the trading card as well. But that's not all. Because just like the mystery boxes, I have hidden prizes in all the Lure Vault boxes. Well, not all of them. You're going to have a chance at prizes in all the Lure Vault boxes. Each edition, whether it's the Hanford Reach edition, the Oz edition, they all are going to have a chance at getting an extra prize. So I have some fishing guides, like More Fishing, that has donated some fishing trips. I have some people that have got in and wanted to get in on this to promote their business and give back to the addicted community. So there'll be some fishing trips in there. There'll be some really, really cool stuff in the Lure Vault boxes also that you have potential of opening. The other cool thing that I want to talk about with this, guys, is when we launch these, I'm launching this exactly like you would envision a sports card launched if you know the sports card world. So this box that launches this Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific is the first edition Oz Custom limited run of lures. First edition. Just like a first edition Pokemon card, just like a first edition Wemby card, just like a first edition Kobe Bryant card, except it's a lure card and it's a lure. So envision us 5 years down the road and you hold on and you have, or even 10 years or even 20 years, and now all of a sudden you have the limited edition one of one plug from the very first edition that we've ever dropped. There's a good chance it might be worth something. I'm not promising you that it will, because we're starting a whole new market here, guys, but I have faith that it will be.
I think it'll be sick. Like you said, it's just a way to revolutionize, two worlds merging to one.
Exactly. And the other thing, guys, that I'm excited about that I'm going to be doing, I just opened and started an Addicted Fishing Whatnot account. I don't know if any of you guys know what Whatnot is and what the platform does, but I absolutely plan on doing live streams on Whatnot with limited edition Lure Vault boxes. So stay tuned. It's coming. I'm going to be doing this on Whatnot, and I'm probably going to be going absolutely ballistic with it on Whatnot. Like, really hard with it. The other thing that I plan on doing, guys, is I'm not just going to do this for salmon and steelhead. I already have walleye plugs in the works right now being painted. I'm working on custom limited glide baits for bass fishermen. I am going to make this hopefully something so big and hit the ground running so fast that no one can catch me. So stay tuned. It's coming. I'm excited. You can hopefully see my excitement, guys. I truly am. Like, my wife hates it. I'm a literal sports card addict. Like, at one point I was wasting so much money on sports cards. Like, there was a point where I thought, man, I might have to sell my house if I keep buying sports cards. Like, I love them. And so I'm excited to do this. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys are sharing the same passion that I am with this. And this Sunday, guys, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the website. I do not know if I'm going to limit these, guys. I'm probably going to. I'm probably going to limit them to 4 per person or something like that. Like, normally when you buy sports card boxes, like when I buy boxes on Panini, they limit it. And so I probably will limit the amount that I allow people to buy, just because I don't want someone coming in there and buying all 70 Lure Vault boxes and then reselling them on eBay, because I would be really annoyed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I got everything. I think I covered everything. I might have missed some stuff. Let's go to Sidecam and sneak peek out a couple of the lures. I'm only going to show you guys. Actually, I'm just going to tell you guys. Oz Customs sent, I let these guys have quite a bit of freedom. These guys are custom lure designers. They've been painting lures for a long time. They've been catching fish for a long time.
Yeah.
They know what looks good. They know what works good. They know what's sick, right? So usually how we do our drops is we kind of give them feedback, like, this is what we're thinking, and then we let them run with it.
Mm-hmm.
On this one, I gave them even less feedback. And I just kind of said, hey, you guys are the painters. You know what's sick. Show me some concepts.
Yeah.
Well, Oz Customs, in Oz's drop, guys, he literally did a 24 karat gold real. It is literally real gold leaf, 24 karat genuine KF14 killer fish. It's 100%. He wrapped the thing in gold leaf. It's insane looking.
God, it'd be hard not to fish it, dude.
Oh, dude, you're not going to. I think if you fish it, it'll ruin it. I mean, I don't even know.
But a gold that real gold coloring, dude. That
the thing looks dirty. It almost looks like a gold leaf Mexican hat or something. I don't know. I don't want to show you guys it because I want you guys to be surprised, whoever pulls it and gets it. But, when he sent that to us, I was like, when I'm talking about limited, that is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That is sick. So, you'll have an opportunity to get that. But I'm going to show you guys the 1 to 50s. Go to side cams. This is the Hanford Reach Outdoors one, guys. So this is a KF14. This one is numbered 1 to 50. This lighting is so terrible.
Yeah.
Clint, turn the overhead light off, please.
What do they call it? The Dragonfly?
That's a little better. Yep, perfect. So here you guys go. This is the 1 to 50, guys. So you can see on the top, he's got chrome to the green and black dots. The basically scale dragonfly pattern on the side. And then when you go to the bottom, he's got only the chrome kind of right here in the center, which was very unique. I hadn't seen a lot of people that have done, you know, if you look both here and here, see how he's kind of isolated the chrome into the center? Absolutely dope. This yellow, guys, is actually looking okay, but the color is not what you're seeing. It's a little bit different than what you are seeing. This is number 45 of 50. As you can see, everyone is hand-painted, hand-airbrushed by Tony at Hanford Reach Outdoors. So, you know, in the past, people have wondered, like, you know, why does Marlin charge so much for those custom plugs? You know, and you guys, these are literally being hand-painted in small quantities, like hand-painted in, I don't know how to say it other than to just tell you guys, I promise you I'm not like making a killing on these plugs. Like Tony's making a little bit of money, I'm making a little bit of money, and we're hopefully delivering something to you guys that you love. So I'm not price gouging you. I promise you I'm trying to sell them at the fairest price possible. So here we go with Oz's. So this is Oz's 1 of 50.
Bro,
this one is absolutely dirty.
Oh, dang.
The lighting sucks. It's not doing it justice. Let's come down here.
Oh, there it is. Here.
It's that thing keeps adjusting.
There it is. Right there. Yep, right there.
So you can see.
Mexican hat butt, yellow and orange.
Clint, go to that other camera. That thing's just, dude, it's just ruining it. This is a little better, but not focused. I don't know if I'd mess with it. Oh, I thought you were going to mess with the freaking...
No, I'm just trying to shine some.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe what we do, Jason, here, set it, go back to side cam, Clint.
Put it on a flayaway.
Let's try to put it on here first. Perfect.
There it is.
Yep. That was what we needed to do. It needed a nice solid backdrop. So you guys can see this very unique gold color. It's almost like a silvery gold. I don't even know how to describe it.
That's got to be chrome on the bottom, it looks like.
Chrome, but look at the gold outline.
Yeah.
The gold's bleeding into it.
Yellow and orange craw to a Mexican hat butt. Dude, come on.
Dirty, dude.
Are you serious?
Dirty. Absolutely dirty. So this is number 49 of 50.
Dude.
So that's one of the Oz Customs. So
that's insane.
There you have it, guys. That is something that literally, guys, I have a, not just me, someone that you guys have never met because she's never in front of the camera, but she's literally the behind the scene wizard, Jen. I don't even know how to describe her, but she's just absolutely
an amazing lady.
She's absolutely amazing, and she does so much for Addicted. But me, her, and a few other people that are involved in Addicted behind the scenes have been working on this project for literally a year and a half, like a long time. And so I'm really excited to roll it out to you guys. This is the first edition of Hanford Reach and Oz Customs, but be on the lookout because there's going to be a lot more. And it's not just going to be killer fish, guys. I have original super baits coming. I have skinny mini super baits coming. I have little wigglers coming. I have spin fish coming. We've never done limited spin fish, guys. So get ready. Cause like when we start doing some of that stuff, it's going to be really, really cool.
It's going to go quick.
The plans for this stuff, guys, is to really expand it into anything and everything that you guys love. If it's a lure that I feel like you guys are passionate about and we can paint and make some sick custom stuff with it, it may end up in the lure vault. So
my mind's blown.
I'm stoked.
Like you've told me a little bit about it, but that's like the full pitch the first full pitch I've heard of it.
Yeah, BMAC, hit me up, dude.
Sick, dude.
Maybe we can work together. And I will extend this invite to anyone else. I know there's a lot of you that reached out to me via email. Some of you may be in here, some of you may not, telling me that you're talented at tying jigs, or you want to tie leaders, or, you know, because we were looking for people to help us with our custom drops and with our mini drops with tackle. I've gotten back to a couple people, but I haven't reached back out to everyone yet because we were so busy on this project and busy on the summer drop. So stay tuned. We're going to be reaching out to a lot of the local custom lure manufacturers here in the Northwest to work with you. We want to work with you. We want to elevate your brand. We want to use Addicted to elevate your brand. You help us. We're going to help you. That's my goal. That's always been my goal. So if you are a custom lure manufacturer, a custom tackle maker, if you tie sick ass jigs, or you're super good at painting or anything like that, or even you just have some crazy cool lure idea that you want to come show me and maybe partner with me on, we're open to all of it, guys. Don't hesitate. Reach out, shoot me an email, come into the Addicted shop, get on the website and use the contact form. If you have ideas or you want to potentially maybe work with us, we're open to it maybe. So.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna be so literally like out. My voice is like gone. I've been talking so much.
That's going to be insane.
That's a fact.
Dude, we have 1,300 comments.
Yeah.
How many people do we still have watching?
That was an epic live feed, guys. They all pretty much rocked with us and stayed. Thanks for sticking with us, guys, and seeing the drop. Again, guys, this isn't everything in the drop. There's a few other things that you'll see in there that we don't have here. But it's this Sunday, guys, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If I was you, what I would recommend doing, guys, is please, if you can, just come to the YouTube video. Get on YouTube, watch that YouTube video at 6:30 p.m. and then just be ready to be on that website at 7 o'clock. You know, there's times where some of these drops in the past, we've had, you know, 1,200, 1,500, 2,000 people sitting on the website waiting to buy stuff. So
don't sleep on it.
Yeah, get on there. And again, like, I'm just thankful for the opportunity, guys. Seriously, the fact that I even have a platform, or we have a platform where we can do this kind of stuff and launch it and you guys support it. It's honestly a freaking dream come true. So I'm going to end this live feed before I tear up a little bit, because I almost did. And I appreciate you guys and I love you guys. And until next time, we'll see you on the river.